What's up, Ken? Can you hear me loud and clear? I might need you to unmute yourself.
Boom.
I'll be co-hosting, right? So you can feel free to control the room as well.
Hey, your audio is not the best. What type of audio are you using there?
Thank you for the feedback. I'm on my MacBook.
And there's audio playing elsewhere too. Who's playing audio?
I'm playing music. Good? Oh, good?
Yeah, I just admitted everyone in the call.
What's up, Godwin?
What's up? How you doing, man?
Doing good. Good to see my friend. I see Scott Rowley in the house.
Awesome.
What's up, my G? Anna's here. Kansas City represent. Ray J, welcome. Anthony Thomas. Some legends in the room. Got some wonderful people coming in.
Here, that audio is kind of crazy. Just letting you know.
Okay. We're going to dial in the audio. Is it too loud?
Just a little hard to hear back and forth.
Oh, really? Okay.
Maybe you should have a embedded like internal soundtrack that plays instead of it going through the speakers to the audio.
Oh, it's supposed to share. So there's an audio sharing option. So we gotta solve for that. Because I like to spit some.
There we go.
Almost up today.
There we go.
Welcome to Zoom. It will only pick up one soundtrack at a time. So if it picks up your audio in the background, it will not pick up your voice.
Got it. Let me see. Let's try this. This is why we do AV check. But it's good to see Jackie. What's up? You in a good vibe?
So we have Richard coming on this call, Miro?
I know Richard today, buddy. It's
Cool.
you and me and these amazing legends. So we got Leah in the room yet?
Well, while everyone's in here coming in, let's all get to know each other real quick. I want everyone to say hello real fast, just so we have an idea of who's in here and get our intentions right with what everyone's looking to achieve on this call.
For sure. If you're just coming in for the first time, please introduce yourself. Hi, my name is Miro the Hero, founder of Manifest X, aka Miro the Healer. And we've got this incredible tribe. We founded the Conscious Entrepreneur Community, aka the high ticket client community with over 1,000 members. And we've been doing Monday Mastermind for consistently every Monday for just over 3 years now. And so we have coaches, healers, some OGs returning. I see Louis Brentmeyer in the house, and some new friends who come here to meditate, manifest, and get some education on 4 levels. And this is the only mastermind that I know that's teaching on 4 levels. We have some really tactical action steps, things that you can implement immediately to create quick wins in your business and in your life. We have strategies. That's the second level of learning. And you can write this down, 4 levels of learning. First level of learning is tactics. These are the actions that you can implement immediately to create a quick win, get them to momentum and get results. Strategies, you already know, that's a level deeper, right? So these are the when and why the tactics work. Without strategy, your tactics is just a shot in the dark. And then the third level is the levels of principles. So the level of principles are these universal laws that are unchanging, that are always true, that when you understand them, everything else becomes easier, and you can apply them in different ways. Look, truth is social media is changing, marketing is changing and evolving, technology is changing everything at a crazy rate. And when you know the principles, you can show up in any arena and still get results of success because you understand the principles, right? And so then the 4th level, and this is the one that excites me the most, is the 4th level is the level of essence. This is all about your being. And so the essence is all about who you are. Your frequency speaks louder than anything that you can say. So who you are showing up in the room, your magnetism, right? You ever went to the room and just met somebody, it's like, wow, they have this aura about them. What is up with that, right? And you just want to talk to that person, or they're just attractive for some reason. It's the present that speakers have, rocking stages, or artists when they perform on, actors have, right? When they perform on movies that we all love, or in their room. Or NFL, NBA champions. I work with an NFL champion Chucky Okobi, who's a credible friend of mine, a client of mine. I've been a client of his, he's been a client of mine, and he has a presence about himself when he walks into the room, and that's magnetism. And so that's something you can learn, and it's something you can teach, and it's something you can practice. And there's not a lot of places in the world that you can do all four of them, though. And there's a lot of places in the world where you can do all four. And so if you'd like to up level on all four levels to get results that are lasting, just type a 1 in the chat. If you're like, hey, you know what, I don't like to get results, you can just hit the red X.
Exit. Yeah.
And so we have some incredible stuff for you guys today. We have Ken Conklin in the house, the founder of Gravel the Castle. He's my dear friend, one of my first ever mastermind. I met Ken at a retreat, and he shared some digital marketing, some LinkedIn codes at the time, was mind blowing. And I've hired Ken to help me with funnels, with all of my high ticket funnels, and we've done $250,000 in revenue in last year in 2021. You don't know this, I just got my tax returns or whatever, and that would not have happened without his help and without learning all four levels of transformation that we stand for here at Monday Mastermind. So I want to acknowledge you. What's up, Empress? Empress is a part of the team. She's a super ambassador. Sometimes you can see her with the little glimmers in the name tag. Not today. I don't know what happened, Empress. It's okay. I'll forgive you. It's okay. But Empress is a super ambassador. I talk to her about anything when it comes to financial advice, crypto investing, living tax-free. She knows her shit when it comes to that, and super connector. She can connect you to the people who know the people who get what you want. So there's a lot of amazing humans here. I see Brittany, she's a graduate of our Get Paid to Speak challenge, which was so wonderful. And then also a recent theta healing graduate. How many energy healers do we have in the room? Just like raise your hands if you know how to do energy healing. We have a few. And so I want to acknowledge David Zubler, Laya. So David Zubler and Brittany just graduated our energy healing class. I'm a theta healing teacher. So I'm an energy practitioner. That's intuitive readings, masterminding, manifesting, healing, and they just completed that. Lewis is an OG graduate. He's been practicing theta healing for almost over a year now, I think. It's crazy how time just flies by. And yeah, it's been life-changing. So I want to acknowledge you all here, but you're all here for a reason. We have an incredible training. So last week, we had Richard and Ken teach on the 10K TikTok formula. So Richard cracked the code to 10,000 TikTok followers. I was like, in 6 weeks, which was insane, and created premium clients of that, just using his voice and using being himself, magnetism on the online stage. It's in the palm of your hands. And he had so much fun with it. So I wanted to have him come teach. And then Ken was like, oh, 10,000 followers, that's nothing. Check this out. And he shows me his 27,000, I think, followers now. His videos regularly get 100,000 views or more. His clients' videos are getting up to the millions. And making a full-time income off of TikTok videos, which is insane. So I'm super grateful that Ken's here. He's going to teach us some things by popular demand. You guys said that TikTok class was insane. Thank you so much. More of that. Some of you, many of you, please raise your hand if you were here at the class and you made a promise to implement some TikTok in the meantime, because we are going to get some accountability and some one-on-one coaching going for you all to get some results. And so, yeah, we're going to go deep into that. Marianne is asking if we can get the recording. I have not yet decided if we're making the replay available. There's a little admin overhead that we like to do, so it wouldn't be free. So I guess if you want to be part of that, we'll have a conversation later. But right now you have to be there. This is the only way to attend Monday Mastermind. We're going to do some live activation. And it also means any challenges that you're sharing here are absolutely confidential. So right now this is with us. And unless we get express permission from everyone here, we're just going to keep this among us. Is that cool? All right, cool. We're going to do ground rules, and then we're going to do agenda. Okay, so on the agenda today, you're going to get a free one-on-one implementation session with Ken or one of our team members if you want to dive deeper into into Manifest X Mastermind, learning how the TikTok works. Any of the above, you literally get a free session. That's insane, given that Ken's time is very limited. He's a busy man, so is mine. And for Tuesday and Wednesday, we've opened up about 5 spots each where you get implementation sessions so that you get results with this work. And the full transparency is we want you to get a win before we begin, because the truth is we're launching a new program, a new abundance accelerator on August 3rd. And what we want is we want people in that program. We have limited spots, but we want the type of people who are already getting results with us with our free content. Is that pretty neat? So y'all on board with just getting results for free, and then if it makes sense, we continue working together? It's pretty neat. I think it's a pretty dope idea. So what's up, Marianne? So great to see you. So on the agenda is we're going to do some masterminding. We're going to do some meditation manifesting, okay? So get ready. If you've never done this with us before, it's not your average meditation. Anybody who's been here before can tell you. And our clients who's been here before have had some insane results. And what type of insane results we'll talk about in a little bit. And so we'll talk about the insane results that people are getting, meditation, masterminding. We have Q&A in the end. We are going to have a hard stop at the top of the hour. And what I mean by hard stop is that anybody who's not wanting to go deeper, y'all can go and get the information. But what starts at 4 PST, our time, California time, we're going to do some Q&A and going really deep into laser coaching. So those of you who want more help, stay on. We're going to be all the way till 4:30 or maybe as long as it takes, I haven't decided yet, to just get everybody what they need so you guys can get results with this information. Is that cool? All right, so that's the ground rules. What's up, Mary? There's so many amazing badasses in the house. I wish I could just spotlight everyone. Marie is my theta healing teacher and incredible human, and so many more things that I can express. So if you get a chance to do work with Marie Miller, she is an angel and amazing. So thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. What we're going to do is ground rules. So in order for you to partake here, it's the number one rule we have, it has to be a fuck yes or a hell no, okay? So if you're going to be here, I'm going to ask you to play full out, meaning showing up on camera like many of you are, engaging in the comments, joining the breakout sessions when we do them, and connect with each other, ask questions, get support, share your wins, share your challenges, and really show up with all parts of you. All parts of you are welcome here. So if you're willing to show up with the playing full out and a fuck yes energy, just go ahead and raise your hand or like pop a one in the comments, raise both of your hand if you're here for all of it. Amazing, 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 cool. Again, if you're not available for this, not a problem. There's a red X in the top left corner and you can hit it anytime. Like you're not obligated to be here, but if you're here, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have some fun with that, cool? Beautiful, beautiful. So that's the number one thing. Confidentiality we covered. I trust each of you. We're going to treat this place like a safe space that it's intended to be. Having fun, implementing, get results. What am I missing? I think those are the main thing. We're safe. And so also do have permission that when you do grab a hot seat, I may interrupt you. I might get real with you. Like that we're going to go straight to the root of what's really going on, to the heart of it, not to waste anybody's time, that we're actually addressing the things that are stopping us without the small talk. Is that cool that we just like go straight to the heart of it? Y'all on board with this? So, okay, cool, cool. And we do have hot seat. I want to invite you to jump on the hot seat when the time comes, okay? And I see a hand raised, you're just agreeing. Is that what it's about, or do you have a question? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Sweet. So those are the ground rules. With that being said, let's kick us off with a little meditation, and then we're going to get to know each other a little bit for masterminding and then Ken's content. Cool. So in one word, I want you to, in one word, it's a little challenging. In the comments, please share, what do you want to manifest in your life right now? Okay. And I want you to get really real. Okay. And clarity creates reality. What do you want to manifest in your life right now? What is not in your life currently that you want in your life right now? Okay. Some of you are coming here, you want to get on more stages. You want to be seen, whether it's online or on stage. Some of you are here, you want to have that new threshold in your business. Maybe it's your first $10,000 a month or your first $100,000 a month. Yes, David says new clients. I love that. Some of you are tired of getting little payment plans and want to get those pay in fulls. Okay. And some of you are already doing great with sales, but you do it in a way that feels like a fuck yes. So you feel like you're having an impact and you're not pulling people's teeth, but like you're really enjoying yourself. Okay. Some of you want to host your first event. Some of you want to host your first retreat. What are you manifesting in your life right now? Maybe you want to have more impact in your life, serving more humans. Well, you want to have high quality humans that you want to serve, higher caliber clients, and that's okay too. What are you calling it? Or more, maybe just more community and doing what you're already doing great with a community of high achieving badasses who are like you to bounce ideas back and forth and hold each other accountable. And some of you just want to hit that first 10,000 TikTok followers or get your first premium client off of out of the palm of your hands, right? The stage is in the palm of your hands. Vacation first, more time off. That's great. You know, manifest, that's available. Doing what you do, but with more time with the people you love most. Absolutely. It's all available. Cool. As you guys are getting in touch with that and writing it down, I just want to acknowledge you, because once you express it, you can actually have it. If you're not willing to admit it to another person, it's unlikely to happen. So this is a safe space for your dreams. So go ahead and scroll through the chat and just like see what other people are creating right now, and just bless them. You know what I mean? We want to see each other win. The bigger each of us get, the bigger all of us get, right? There are other places where somebody shares a goal, like, oh, who are you to do that? Oh, you can't do that. Oh, I want that. Like, well, this is a space where you can get inspired by other people's goals. One of my dreams is to become, I know it's annoying, it's more than a dream, it's annoying, I'll be a trillionaire during this lifetime. How? I have no clue, right? But I'm gonna hit every single milestone along the way. And this is the one place where you can feel so safe that none of your dreams are too big or not enough. All parts of you are welcome here. If you wanna go to space, become a trillionaire, that's available here, okay? You not be the first one who wants to do this. And if you're just like, hey, I'm just trying to get to the day, put that in the chat. That's cool too. All parts of you are welcome here, okay? Beautiful. I see your responses, Pilar. Replace my income and some. I like that. Vacation first, MVP, most valuable players. 200 coaches at my retreat in Hawaii. Let's go, Jackie. Let's go. Transition to group work. Oh, I like that, Hannah. Hannah is a recent graduate from our Theta Energy Healing Bootcamp, which was so powerful. And then the subsequent mastermind. It was such a pleasure to have you there. Trent is ready for client and stages. Scott's ready for an abundance of dream clients, the adventurous entrepreneurs. Check out Scott. He's got such a powerful brand and has such incredible adventures for his clients. AJ is ready for new paying clients. Anthony says, help more people understand their finances and retire with more money. I like it. Brittany is ready for the painfuls. If we have enough time, I'd love to walk you through my framework for painfuls. It's super dope. $10,000 in new clients. Let's go, Marianne. 6K PIF for Louis Brandmeier. David says new clients. And Trent says, fuck yes. All right. It is done. And what does Empress say? Produce 10 millionaires before 2030. Let's go. That's a great goal. I like it. ACE is here for decreasing global suicide rates every year. That's amazing. I love that. So much love to your mission, ACE. What are you manifesting for you? That's amazing for them. And what are you manifesting for you? Because you too deserve to have your very own manifestation. Incredible. Love what you got going on here, Jackie. Okay, I think that's enough. Let's go ahead and dive in. Go ahead and relax the keyboards, drop everything you're doing. Oh, that's right. And what I forgot in my ground rules is let's make this our distraction-free zone, okay? This can be an absolutely life-changing experience for some of you. Literally fork in a road, and after this event, nothing is ever the same, right? Or it can be just like watching Netflix. Thank you, Scott, for demonstrating so well. Beautiful. And if this is just like Netflix, this is just entertainment. And we always see these half-built bridges. Like you go into a mastermind or a course or something, into an event with this intention to build something, and we have this like half-built bridges, all these things that we started and didn't finish, right? And that's okay. I just want to bring the awareness to that because I've done this too many times. And so when we have these half-built bridges, every single time we go halfway and then say, oh, it's getting hard, or I don't know if I can do this anymore, or there's a shiny object over there, go all the way back, start building a new bridge, and then gets hard again, right? And then starting a new one. And we just have this like graveyard, this course graveyard, or this graveyard of half-built bridges that just reminding us that we're not really finishing things. And so I want you to take this as an opportunity, and I'm calling you all forth because I see you, myself in this, I'm speaking to myself here. This is why I created the community that I needed to really show up and see something through all the way when you see an opportunity that may work for you. See it through all the way. I want to acknowledge Brittany. She's been showing up so reliably to all the things that we do, no matter what energy, to like really see it through all the way and celebrating wins along the way. And I'm loving that. So same with Empress, showing up, getting results, and taking action, asking for help. And it's amazing to see. So let's go ahead and breathe into the intention of really seeing your manifestation all the way through with no matter what energy, okay? And show up like this is a really significant life-changing event that it can be when you show up fully, I promise. You will see the fork in the road and you will know what path to go down when you're ready. The universe does conform to commitment. The universe conforms to commitment. Beautiful. Brittany is here for it. All right, let's do this. Go ahead and find your comfortable seats and breathe into your heart. Raise your hands if you've never meditated with me before and this is your first time. Yes, so many new. Oh my gosh, you guys are in for a treat. Scott, you never meditated with me? Come on, man. This is overdue, bro. Come on. And to my people who've been tapping into the energy with Miro, just like raise your hand if this is not your first rodeo. Awesome, awesome. So good. I kind of want to hear somebody's experience of what this is like for them and how it's different. I kind of want to hear from Louis. All right, do me a favor, guys. When we introduce somebody to speak, what we're going to do, we're going to find the unmute button very quickly, locate the unmute button in the bottom left of the screen, and we're going to welcome Louis by saying 1, 2, 3. What's up, Louis? Are you ready for this? With insane enthusiasm. I'm going to challenge you. I want you to go too far here, okay? We said playing full out, so I'm holding you to it. 1, 2, 3. What's up?
What's up, Louis?
Howdy, y'all. From Texas. I don't have an actual accent.
Louis, tell people who you are, what you do for people, and just your experience manifesting and masterminding with Miro.
Sure, absolutely delighted. I help badass, skilled, and talented heart-centered coaches scale to 6 figures with fun, flow, manifestation, and organic marketing. I have been working on and off with Miro for about, 2, 3 years? 2020, I think.
That's insane, yeah.
And I shit you not, about 30 minutes before this call, I was on another mastermind call, leading, training people. And I mentioned theta healing and some of the work that you and I had done, Miro, specifically around letting go of fear of having fun through being rich. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, just I cannot say enough about the power of theta healing or the kindness of the heart of this man. And I'm so grateful and excited to be around all of you because your company speaks well of you.
Thank you so much, Louis. I'm excited. By the way, some of you are also in the game. So many of you are coaches with communities, lists. Some of you have a lot of synergy for profitable partnerships. That's actually my favorite. When we ran the Get Paid to Speak challenge, I know of at least 3 people who created profitable partnerships, doing events together, sharing their list as a result of that event. And so that's just the best because you're like one relationship that you partner with and you vibe, you can literally double each other's income without taking away anything, with it really effortlessly. So I'm excited to see what comes out of today. Let's bring all of those intentions, even if it's creating a new profitable partnership, into our manifestation meditation. So we begin by closing your eyes and relaxing into your seat, killing your distractions, last chance. And just find your comfortable seat and just notice the sensations in your body right now. I want you to imagine you're putting yourself inside of your heart. Just slowing down time for a little bit, releasing the urge to go do something, to be anywhere else, and just closing all of the tabs in your mind, like force quitting everything, trusting that everything is getting done in divine timing. And as you breathe into your heart, I want you to notice just the power of your heart. See if you can feel your heartbeat, if you can hear it. And notice that your heart was given to you on the day that you were born as a gift. And since the day that you were born, there was nothing you had to do in order to earn it or to deserve it. And yet it's been working for you every single day. Maintaining these complex tasks that you didn't even have to understand. And find your place of gratitude for your heart and just say, thank you, heart. And find your gratitude for yourself, for bringing yourself here today. And with this next breath, I want you to send your energy into the ground, connecting with the core, with the center of the earth. There are 10 trillion tons of unwavering support energy directly beneath your feet, past the soil and the ancestors and the dinosaur bones, in the molten metal magma in the center of the earth. 10 trillion tons, so much power directly beneath you. Have you ever noticed that no matter what you did, how hard you worked or how hard you didn't work, the earth was always there directly beneath you, supporting you no matter what you did. That's true abundance. So just start noticing where in your life are you so supported? You're so abundant already. There's more than enough. Just get into the energy of there's plenty, and there's more where this came from. So take that energy from the core of the earth and breathe it up. I imagine it coming up through golden roots, coming through my spine, and I breathe it up through all of the power centers, lighting up each one of them, all the way to the top of my head, forming a ball of light at the top of my head. See the top ball of light forming at the top of your head. Now I want you to notice what color it has, what texture it has. I want you to put yourself inside of that ball of energy, and on my count of 3, we're going to float up into the brightest star. 1, 2, 3, up, 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 past the moon, past the stars, past the galaxies. You see the world become small like a speck of dust, and all the galaxies become smaller like a speck of dust. And you go past the edge of the universe as if you could. And you float past the edge of the universe through bright colors and dark colors, through layers and layers of colors, higher and higher, feeling lighter and lighter, leaving all your worries behind. Through this jello-like substance, floating higher and higher, feeling lighter and lighter, through this pink cloud of compassion, feeling the compassion in your heart. All the way into this white light. You see this white window. I want you to go through this white window now into the brightest part of this white light, this iridescent white light. It's white as snow. You may feel a tingling sensation at the top of your head. You just notice this energy. This is the energy of the creator of all that is. I like to call it the force from Star Wars, the quantum field, the unified field. It goes by many names. And the labels are not important now. I want you to have an intimate experience of this energy. Just ask yourself, what is not possible here? What cannot be manifested here with this energy? What is not love here? What's not forgivable here? Let's go ahead and bring down some grace for all the half-built bridges, all the things that we started and didn't finish. And just say, you know what? I forgive myself. You've done the best that you could with the resources you had. And maybe it was for you to learn a lesson. Just make yourself open and available to receive that lesson now. Because everything that happened in the past didn't happen to you, it happened for you. For you to have the perfect experience, to be in this right now moment. Every moment led up to this right now moment, to seize everything that you ever wanted. In this now moment, it's all here. That's right. Now I want you to get in tune with your manifestation. That thing that you're desiring, that you want, that's not here yet. You typed it in a chat or something you can think of in this moment that you really want. That partnership, that dream client, those soulmate dream clients, the stages, the vacations, the income, the impact, the abundance, okay? I want you to see it. I want you to see yourself having it. I want you to see yourself having it. I want you to see people that you love most responding and celebrating you for having it. Yes, I knew you could do it. And some people, they didn't believe in you, but like, hey, look, I did it. And like, wow, I don't know why I ever doubted you. I'm so sorry, you're amazing. I'm going to forgive them. I'm going to invite them to the celebration dinner anyway. No hard feelings. So we're going to make a command. And so when we manifest, we speak to the creator, the force from Star Wars, right? And we're going to speak to the creator like we're making commands of Alexa or Siri. What if it's just that simple, right? Allow it to be easy, allow it to be joyful, allow it to be happening with flow. You're just going to say, creator of all that is, it is requested that I have this in my life now. and you say exactly what I want. You say exactly what you want. And when you feel complete saying it, you say, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Show me. I want you to see it as you float back into your body, exactly where you're sitting right now. Come on back into your heart, back into your body. Keep your eyes closed. And I want you to see this hand coming down from this force, from the energy of the creator, with the same energy as your manifestation, with this high frequency abundance, okay? How amazing it's going to be when you have your salesgasm, right? You make that new client happen higher than ever. You're like, oh my God, yes. And they're so stoked, and you're so stoked. You're rocking that stage. How amazing that feels. Get in touch with the feeling. How amazing it's going to be when you have it now. Go ahead and feel that in your body and allow that energy to swirl all around you into the depth of your DNA. Lock it in, breathe it in, and allow that energy to ripple out from your seat, from your heart, like a magnetic impulse, blowing through your building, blowing through your city, connecting with all human beings on earth who are in alignment with abundance right now. And come on back into your body, trusting that the message is sent and you can have this in your life now. It's already done. The order is placed, just like submitting an order to Amazon. It's on its way. And on my count of 3, I want you to be back, fully present, back in a room, ready to see your manifestation unfold in real time. 1, 2, 3. Come on back, fully present, back in a room, feeling abundant, ready to receive even more. Woo! How you feeling? How was that? Who was this fist pumping? Love it. Let's hear how you're feeling right now. 3 words in the chat, just like top 3 words, how you're feeling in this moment. I want to turn it over to Ken. What's up, Ezzy? We got a badass in the house. Everybody say, what's up, Ezzy? We're going to welcome him officially because he's late. We're going to give him love. We're going to welcome Ezzy. He's an incredible human, my VIP client out of Kansas City, who's doing really big things in the world. Talk about a leader and an activist. I think Ezzy is the epitome of that, leading change in the new world. So super grateful for your presence, my friend. We just concluded our manifestation meditation, but we can catch up 101.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry, I had to wrap up some things with some media. They're doing interviews.
Yeah, he's an
guys. It was supposed to end on time, but it didn't. So sorry.
You're so welcome here, my brother. You're doing big things, so I forgive you this one time. Let's unmute and give him his proper welcome. Find the unmute button, and it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, Ezzy with insane enthusiasm. Y'all ready? Unmute. 1, 2, 3. What's up?
What's up,
Let that in, brother. Receive that fully. You're welcome here. Beautiful. I'm seeing your feelings open, relieved, anxious. Okay, thank you. That's edgy. All parts of you are welcome here. Bring the anxiety forward. We're going to chop it. See how you feel after this session. Loved, blessed, enriched, peaceful, hopeful, determined. Peace of mind, ready to receive. Relaxed, hopeful. Lovely. So much good stuff in here. Yay. All right. I think they're ready for you, Ken. So without further ado, I want to give you my friend, my partner in crime. I don't know what else to tell you. My coach, one of my many mentors, and my freestyle partner as well, incredible rapper, Ken Conklin. Let's give him a warm welcome and say 1, 2, 3. What's up, Ken? 1, 2, 3. What's up?
What's up, kid?
What's up, kid?
How's it going, guys? I see we have a couple of familiar faces from last week or even other calls that I've been on. And we have some new faces. So first off, I'm glad to be here and it's nice to be able to chat with all of you. Within 1 sentence, I would appreciate if all of you guys would just type in your intention or like something that would be valuable for me to talk about based on what Miro hyped me up to be. That way I can just also try to make sure I'm appealing to you guys. And I really want to have more of like a hot seat type approach. I'm going to share a couple things. And while you're all typing in the chat right now, what your intention and what would be valuable for me to cover, I'll just break down like, so I, about like a year and a half ago, more like 2 years ago even, I was posting some just, silly, just like random TikTok stuff. And a handful of them blew up. I had a couple of them get 100,000, I had one up to 1 million. But I was always me just doing like dumb stuff as if it was just like regular stuff throughout my day rather than actually marketing material for my business, because I had the interpretation that, hey, TikTok is just, a bunch of kids. Well, it's not at all. And anyone that still has that belief, you're dead wrong. It's like every single niche. And this is the first time on a social media platform, besides like YouTube, where like you can actually grow and talk about anything. Like the whole like saying of like, underwater basket weaving is not a valuable degree to get in college. Well, it's a valuable niche to have on TikTok, because the people that care about it, they're going to find you and go watch your videos. And then maybe you can have a coaching program on that. For me, I do stuff with, businessmen. We talk about discipline, intentionality, and overall just leveling up as an individual. But I also just talk a lot about just self-improvement and, overall just things on business growth and whatnot. I actually have a marketing agency that I also run alongside with that. My main business is called Grovel to Castle. I'm always repping my own shirt and having, my plaque and everything in my studio. But, with one thing I want to like break down that would be like relevant for all of you guys is I have a law firm client that is based out of Houston, Texas. You guys can even look them up right now. They're called Ramji Law Group on Instagram and TikTok. I started working with them. I've only posted like, probably like 6 posts so far now in the past like week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. But we've already had on Instagram, like the one today, on average, they're getting like 60 views and 8 likes. The one we posted today has 1,200 likes already with 28,000 views. One of the things that was a big change for that is, one, we're doing Reels. So if you guys aren't familiar, Instagram Reels for that particular platform, same with Facebook though too, a hell of a lot more of a powerhouse than regular videos that you post. But whether it's IGTV or if it's just, a simple like under 60-second clip, all of you need to be reaching a lot more people, all of us, right? For me, I've always had a platform. I've been posting videos since 2016. My niche has changed a ton. I've also changed a ton. I started out when I was 19. I'm now 25. So I've had the past like 2 years of really being in alignment with what my long-term purpose and plan of attack for my life is. But long story short, to cut that down, like I've been posting my own stuff on like Instagram Reels and even like the TikTok, for example. I finally got back on there within the past month, really. And I had a little bit of a platform, like 20,000 followers just from, posting the dumb videos. Sometimes they'd go get some good reach. But I've been targeting specifically men that are, the gym bros or ones that need that discipline and whatnot, the extra push. And my algorithm finally got in alignment with those people. And now those are the people that are seeing my stuff. Not all my videos blow up. So that's one thing that Miro mentioned is he's always getting, 100,000 views a couple of other times. It's not that. I just started getting back on when I first got back onto the platform. This is something that you all need to understand too, is the algorithm is going to punish you if you do not be active on there. If you stop posting for a while, it's not going to care about you and it's going to be mad and it's going to go, oh, you left me? Well, great. I'm going to leave you too. It has that sort of attitude back. So you all need to be aware of that. And so I have had, I think one video about like 2 weeks ago get 300,000 views. And that was the first time in a long time that one, like was posting again, but then 2, like I started posting a handful of videos before that and I wasn't getting any traction. I found a unique style. I'm the type of guy that yells at people, calls them little bitches and tells them to get their ass to the gym, stop being lazy. That's a particular type of niche. Not everyone's going to vibe with that content, but it doesn't matter. Those are the people that I'm trying to attract. And those are the people that I'm acquiring. And that each of you that are on this call right now, you have your own people that you're trying to serve. And the best way to get out there is by creating that content that speaks to their pain point or even that entertainment aspect, right? You can be that entertaining person that, gives a little bit of value, but then overall it's just someone that people can listen to and relate to. And that can do a ton for your business. If you have a coaching program that you're really trying to say, for example, like you sell, this is relevant to like my law firm client, for example. It's a personal injury law firm based in Houston. One case for them could be worth, $7,000 of revenue, upwards of say 100, right? Depends on what the, settlement is for them. They take like 33%, but, I get them one person that sees that video that's talking about, hey, when you're in an accident, make sure you do this. Well, think about all of you guys. Say someone's in the niche of productivity. Hey, next time you're, trying to do a workflow, instead of going head in and just checking your emails first thing in the morning, here's a 3-step process to make sure you have the most efficient morning, possible. I don't know what it is you guys all teach. I haven't gotten, you know, fortune to meet all of you yet, but recognizing like, look, this is a platform that one, you can be posting 3 times a day and it's not going to punish you. It's going to reward you. You can be doing it at 9 a.m., noon, and at like 7 p.m. And you start doing that, that's going to tell the algorithm, hey, you have good stuff. And as soon as you get 1,000 followers on the platform, then you can have a link. Right now, I think when I actually the beginning of this month, I had, I think, 23,000. I have 28 now. So I've gone up like 5,000 followers in the past like month so far. But like my law firm client, they had a video that has now, I think it was posted about a week and a half ago, because I was talking about it on this last call, has 430 or 50,000 views on TikTok. Again, look them up, Ramji Law Group. One thing you have to recognize is not every single video is going to pop off for yours. A bunch of the other videos of theirs, I'm actually on their thing right now. You know, we just posted one like literally 4 hours ago, already has 2,000 views right now. I had one that got, you know, 430,000. A couple of them have 4,000. But think about this, right? You're posting on Facebook, or maybe you guys are posting on Instagram or YouTube. How many views are you guys getting? I want everyone just to share real quick, or even type in the chat, like what's the amount that you typically get on average, just so I have an idea of how much traction you guys are normally getting. Yeah, organic, not, you know, paid content that you're putting, you know, $500 behind. And so I'm actually going to read these while I'm talking to you guys. So I see 100 to 100 to 8,000 views, 100 views, 1,000 to 5,000. And then I want to hear what are like the average, like the platforms you're posting on. Is it Facebook? Is it Instagram? Because for me, I don't know what it is, but like my Facebook profile is like dead. I could post a video and I'll get like 40 views. It's not even worth it. And I started posting on the Facebook Reels, and all of a sudden I got one that got a couple thousand. And I was like, wow, okay. So no matter what, all of you guys need to recognize the vertical content that's short, to the point, and entertaining, that can tie in with your business or your message, needs to be what your focus is going towards for your organic marketing strategy. We're all busy. We all have our own things we need to be doing. For me, I spend maybe 1 day a week filming about like an hour's worth of content. Sometimes I have a guest, sometimes I just talk to the camera. And right now I'm polishing up the process for just having someone else edit everything up, so I can just focus on the bigger stuff, building out systems, managing team, but then also focusing on sales, right? The things that each of us need to be doing as a business owner. Doesn't matter if you're self-employed, you're the technician, or you're the person managing a 20-person team. You're all people that need to be focusing on the higher like leveraged activities. And Miro preaches this, I preach it. Some of you preach it, I'm sure, because you've discovered that. Some of you are like not really sure what that is, and that's fine. But this is to like serve as a reminder, and also like letting you guys know, hey, recognize like where does your time need to be spent? And this also comes in, of course, with like, you know, should I be doing one-on-one for everyone, or should I do one-on-one for more of an expensive tier and have more of a group coaching setting? You know, I don't want to dive too much into just me.
Let me ask you a question real quick, Ken. Because I'm going to help facilitate some of the questions that are coming through the chat. There's a lot of good stuff here, and what I want everybody to do is make sure you say who you are and what you do for people, because we're about to do a little laser coaching and take some examples that's going to serve everyone, and it helps us a lot knowing who your niche is and what channels you already have going. So those of you who are sharing your views, like let us know what platform those are on. And then like let us know. We can do the art of business. I learned this from Manny Lopez, who's an incredible business partner of mine. Y'all should check him out. And he teaches you how to say what you do in a way that everybody understands immediately, following the art of business. It's an acronym, stands for ART. So A, audience, who do you serve? What results do you get them? Bonus if it's tangible, right? So for example, I serve coaches, conscious entrepreneurs, healers, leaders. I don't know who I'm missing, speakers, right? As well. And what we're doing for them, the results is we help them double to 10x the income, impact, and inspiration in life, right? In as little as 90 days using the Abundance Accelerator, right? That's the time frame.
Yeah.
So now what is that for you? Who do you serve? What is the specific results that you're getting for them? And what is the time frame in which you achieve that? Okay. So pop that in the chat. That helps us help you. And plus, some of you are looking for business partners, referral partners, etc. This is your opportunity to get to know each other as well. Okay.
So let's do some hot seats along with that. So everyone type in exactly what Mira just mentioned, like in a one sentence value proposition, you know, what your best platforms for reach are on. And then Scott, the first person that typed this up, you help entrepreneurial men grow a thriving business in harmony with their adventurous lifestyle. Let's do a quick little hot seat, because you also said Instagram, Facebook, And then the result, business growth in 30 to 90 days. Example, 4,000, 25,000 in 90 days. Boom, cool. So let's do a little quick hot seat with Scott. Let's go ahead and say hello real fast.
Yo, what's up, man? Great to meet you tonight.
Great to
All right,
meet you
okay,
too.
we
How you
gotta do
doing?
it properly though. We gotta do it properly though. Okay. Y'all ready? Find the unmute button. You gotta do this.
That's right, that's right.
Scott, I want you to give you a best Manifest X welcome to Scott, okay? It's a requirement, you guys. You have mandatory fun. It's mandatory fun. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. So find the unmute button and say 1, 2, 3. What's up, Scott?
What's up,
What's
Scott?
up, Scott?
What's up, Scott?
What's up, everybody? Stoked to be jamming with everybody tonight.
Cool. So tell us who you are, what you do for people, and get some support with Ken.
Yeah, so I run a coaching business called Peak Prosper. We focus on business and mindset coaching, and we help entrepreneurs grow their business in harmony with their lifestyle so that it's less of a grind and they experience more flow, more fun, and more profit.
So you said a coaching program. Is it like a one-on-one every week, or what's the dynamic of that program for you?
So the program is group coaching with an online course model and a digital community.
Cool. And so how are you currently marketing that actually? Like what's your current process that's been working or that you've been trying to do, maybe hasn't been working the way you wanted to, but just so I can have an idea of like what you've been doing to get that out there.
Yeah, so a couple of things. We have completely abandoned hunting and farming. That was something that we did to kind of get the business going. We ran some digital events that had massive success until the Facebook paid advertising algorithm update just completely kiboshed our account. We had, I think, 400 attendees in a digital event and sold about $30,000 out of that event. We've recently launched a podcast that's starting to build some momentum. So the podcast is helping us generate some clientele. And then just organic Facebook and Instagram. But we're experiencing a lot of the same stuff as you with Facebook. Like my Facebook page is practically dead now. It's crazy. Unless I'm posting some fun shit about like adventures in the mountains or some family related thing. It seems as though like all business stuff has pretty much gone to a halt on Facebook for me. So
yeah. And it feels like it's a waste of time because you're like, wow, I can create the best content. If it gets 30 views, are you kidding me? It doesn't matter if it's 30 of like the most ideal clients. Like I'd rather have 3,000 at least, or 300,000 of those ideal clients. And yeah, and so I feel your pain. I understand that. Are you posting? So you said you were doing a podcast. Are you recording video with that audio?
We do video with the audio. We stopped doing that recently because it was taking so much more time to post it onto YouTube, which is a platform that we were posting the video onto, but getting super low view rates, like crazy low view rate on organic podcast video. But I'm definitely like opening my mind up now to video from our podcast onto like a TikTok platform or on an IG reel. We were taking IG like little video snippets and posting them to IG, but not on IG reels. Does that make sense?
Totally.
And I couldn't tell you what the view metrics were on that. They're pretty shitty.
Yeah. Well, I'll just say this real quick. So like again, you guys look these people up. These are like my clients. So Ramsey Law Group on YouTube, they've been still trying to figure out what the password is for that. So I've just been sending it to their head of marketing and they've just been posting. They only have 61 subscribers. I think they had like 4 a couple days ago. But they just started posting some of the reels and like TikToks that I've been creating. And it's all about repurposing, right? It's like you create this content once, have a VA or have someone that's in charge of editing the stuff up to then be published on all those platforms. So you're getting the most amount of reach. Before they were getting like 5 views and all this stuff. They have a couple of videos that were advertisements, so YouTube pre-rolls. So some of them have like 20,000, but they're not going to have any likes or engagement. The YouTube shorts that they've been doing, most recent one, 649 views. So not much, but still like a drastic change. The one before that, 3.3 thousand, 18,000, and 4,000. Same content, same time. I had flown out to Houston, Texas to film with them. And my agency is the one that's editing all the stuff and posting it and also giving it to them for the YouTube stuff. But like now they're getting a hell of a lot more views and like they're just like you guys where they can work with anyone essentially in the US. They're a little bit different because they're a law firm, right? So it's very specific. Like they can't just help everyone, just like we can't, right? But that right there, they're doing that short form content. That stuff was all like mostly scripted out of like, hey, we have a very clear intention for the 60-second or even just like 15-second clips. Doing a podcast, yeah, it's like you record a hour-long conversation. I mean, heck, like I've been on a lot of podcasts, and I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with my stuff. Like Vice, for example, media publication, they did a documentary on us. That has almost 500,000 views on YouTube. That's a 20-minute, basically documentary on my men's fitness boot camp that I do. That was huge for my business, right? One, because it was from Vice's YouTube channel, but then two, it's a 20-minute video of them being able to watch me. The only reason people like watching the long-term videos because normally they already know the person. The person of that series on that Vice channel, Taji, he hosts something called Better Man series. And so they go to a lot of like self-improvement things that are specifically for men. That's why when I had my episode, like the people that you watch those things already watched, those long episodes because they enjoy watching Taji going through the process. And then sometimes when they vibe with the person that Taji's, collaborating with or going through the process with to be a better man, that's when maybe they'll become fans of, me, or if you guys have that. But if I go post, an hour-long podcast and the people don't really know me, and there's not that like traffic source that's bringing them towards my content, well, then it's going to be tricky to expect a bunch of views to come. But that's why what I've been doing lately is I've recorded these, like 40-minute conversations and whatnot, and then I just have the best and most exciting parts for me. For it's the most controversial, I'm going a little bit of a different route for some things, but like the content that I think is going to like really pop or is interesting and entertaining for people to watch, that's the only stuff I'm posting. So on Max and like on my YouTube channel, I've been doing more like 5-minute type stuff for the past couple months, but right now I'm just gonna be posting the best like minute to 2-minute stuff. Some of the stuff is like stuff I'm like talking about like right now, the YouTube stuff I'm getting more into. So I don't want to have that as like, hey, claim that's like my area of expertise, but I have had some stuff that's been working. And that's actually how I got that Vice documentary too. I was in El Salvador, I got an email from a producer. And this is what I want all of you guys to recognize is like, just because you don't get a lot of views on your stuff, you never know when a good opportunity is going to come, whether it's a client or some big like PR opportunity for you being very different, or at least being yourself fully and putting yourself out there. Yeah, you want to have good quality content. I like making movies and like high quality stuff just because I'm a creative person and I'm great with the camera. But I also love just posting simple stuff, just putting the camera on the tripod and then boom, I have like a little video. All of you guys should be doing that no matter what, because you want to be omnipresent, be on every platform. But then two, recognize that like the stuff that you mentioned, Scott, like when you're doing these podcasts, or say even like you're on an adventure, do you have content of you either with clients on like retreats or, I know you said you have the group coaching program. Have you ever done like retreats or like in-person stuff with those people?
No, we're actually launching our first retreat this October. So like
Cool.
all the promotion material is getting put out right now for that. We got a pretty epic page on our website, and I've been recording promo videos like up in the mountains here in Montana that are some pretty like epic 30 to 90-second clips to promote that event. So
real quick about that, Scott. Real
yeah.
quick, and I got to make sure this is clear. You want to be here next week as well, Scott, because we're actually doing a profitable retreats type masterclass. We're launching,
epic.
we're launching the Fiji retreat in November, and so I'm going to share how that came about and how we do retreats at a really, really high level. I know you're going to crush with your crowd because you're adventure people, and so definitely want you to be part of that. We're going to take you behind the scenes. We did $155,000 in sales of our first retreat, and that was in Tulum, and we had 4 buyers in the audience. So that was like 12 people in attendance. 4 of them were actual potential clients. So the numbers just get better from there. Just to show you what's possible. So if you want to learn how to do your own retreats or come to a retreat with all of us, right? Can you imagine all of us on an island on like Fiji, manifesting in real time on 11/11? It's going to be lit. It's going to be very, very lit. And so you can learn all about that next week. So I want to make sure I plug that so you know what to expect next week when it's going to be fucking lit. I also want to make sure, Ken, because we're going to get close to the 4 o'clock time, we're about to open up for hot seats. I see so many of your amazing questions in the comments. We want to make sure everybody's questions get answered. And so that you guys know that that's coming. But I also know that some of you may have a hard stop at the top of the hour and you don't want to miss your opportunity to get your implementation call. It's literally a free one-on-one implementation call with either Ken or with me. We only have limited spots, and there's like, I think like 26 people here right now. We have a total of 10 spots available. So I'm going to share my connection link so you can meet me for 30 minutes. If you can do the same, Ken, and we're just gonna let him know. So you have about 5 minutes to do this, because I know some of you are going to be leaving. And then I promise, if you're here to stay on, I'm committed to staying on until your questions are answered. And we can open it up. It can be TikTok specific, but some of you are maybe at a different stage, and that's totally cool as well, because we want to make sure you get served. Okay. I just want to take advantage of Ken while he's here too, because his time is limited, and his incredible TikTok expertise. But yeah, so I wanted to plug that real quick so that you guys know what's about to happen if some of you have a hard stop at the top of the hour. Cool.
So yeah, so real quick, I guess I can go on for a little bit. I understand if some of you guys have to leave, so let me know in the chat, like if you actually have to leave, like within the next couple minutes, but you'd like to have a quick hot seat. But one thing with Scott is real quick, what is like the handle or the brand for your business, so I could just do a quick little audit within the next like 60 seconds.
Yeah, it's Peak Prosper. So it's Peak Prosper on Instagram, peakprosper.com. There's a TikTok page, but there's literally nothing on it. I just claimed the page. So
cool. Peak
And if you can
Prosper.
share your
Scott,
screen
there we
cam,
go.
so if you can share your screen cam, we're all visual. So if you can show us what you're looking at as you speak about it, it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm recording Zoom from my phone because it's a better quality camera, and then I have my computer, so let me flip my screen. But real quick, so Scott, here's what I'm looking at. Let's wipe this down. So let's just see what content you have.
yeah, like that was a reel I posted today.
Then I'd like to personally invite you to our
Okay, so one, like the audio is kind of hard here because you're so far away. Two, there's all this black, and then like it's a lot. It doesn't feel as personal, right? Like often, like you can have videos that pop off well with having like this format, but that's usually if you're like directing people to a YouTube channel or something. What I would recommend is having the full frame like this. Like let me play an example of my client Ramsey Law, just so you can like see like what I'm doing with them. But like each of you guys can do yourself.
Here's what not to wear if you ever go to court. No, for heaven's sake, wear shoes to court. No, sorry, buddy, no hat allowed in court. Oh, for God's sake, pull your pants up.
Some
Don't
funny
come sagging
shit.
in the courtroom. Sorry, ma'am. Doesn't matter how cute your toes are. Don't wear flip-flops in court. For heaven's sake, when you show up to court, wear your shoes. Don't wear a hat. Don't come sagging. Don't wear flip-flops. Make sure you look professional. This is your life we're dealing with.
Okay, so like super basic, I mean like fun, like engaging, whatever. I filmed it on the DSLR camera. Here's the stuff they were posting before, which is like kind of some of your stuff, not all of it, like, but like just what I have an understanding of. Here's just like a simple, boring video. If I feel just fine after a car accident, should I see a doctor? Like, it's the same type of content industry stuff with 55 views. Yeah, and like 10 likes. I think I had 8. I probably gave him 2 likes just because of all the reach I've been getting in with the reels. Same with TikTok, right? Here's the one that blew up and got 400,000.
That's not my question. Do you know what time it is? Yeah. That's not my question. These are some of the common mistakes people make in deposition.
And you guys can check that out, but like it's got great reach. But the difference is with this stuff, that's what I want you all to recognize is like film stuff that entertains people, make them laugh, make them also like, this is a law firm, the lawyer that like, they have like a team of probably 50 employees. So like not a huge firm, but like still, it's not just an individual lawyer that is just trying to get some clients, and they're able to be silly. And I'll have to check on how much business I brought them already, but like I've been responding in the comments of, hey, yeah, people asking about their case and then just directing them to the website to hop on this call with their onboarding team or sales team. Like same thing with you guys, right? Answer people's questions, whatever industry you're in. Think about the content that's going to answer someone's question or like solve a problem, and then be that person that they genuinely want to see more of. Use the right hashtags. If you're in the fitness industry, do hashtag discipline, motivation, gym talk, and then do that same stuff on Instagram Reels. But recognize that you can just spend an hour or maybe 2 hours throughout the week filming enough stuff. If you don't have time or like you don't have like the capital to dedicate maybe a couple $100 to like a VA or something, then just edit yourself. But if you're also at the point where like, hey, no, I've got like things going, I just don't have the time to leverage this stuff and make it an effective tool for you, well then go edit this stuff, or have someone outsource it to other people to edit and whatnot. There's a whole process and like a bunch of different tools that, like, if you guys want to chat with me, I can break it down and whatnot. But I at least want to instill that importance of like, you guys can go get a ton of traction. I've gotten some clients from my TikTok stuff. I've gotten people wanting to just learn more about that. So great. Like that's what Mira and I mentioned. It's like, all right, cool. Now we have a little, like offer that we can even offer, because it's something that someone needs. I'm solving the offer with, hey, how to get your marketing on from 10 views to the, couple 100,000 if you're lucky. But also recognize another thing too with TikTok is like, you're going to post some stuff that gets no views. Same thing with the Ramsey Law Group stuff. I'll show you like on the, it just look these people up. But, I had one video after that 400,000 views, got, 4,000 and a couple 100 and then 2,000 today. And so you're going to have that fluctuation, but it's not about having a win every single time. It's like post some stuff so you start to build that traction, post your Calendly or whatever lead form in your bio once you've gained that 1,000 followers, and it allows you to have a website link. But then now you have a great source for getting a ton of people to see your stuff, to be that person that they really like and trust. And then, I get people following me on Instagram just from my TikTok stuff. And it's the same thing with all of you guys. Like you guys can be the person that's sharing, hey, here's how I got to 30,000, 400,000. Like all my friends in Hollywood, I have friends that have a couple million. Like my buddy Austin, he has 17 million. He's been posting on TikTok for the past, I think 7 years, like before even was even TikTok before when it was Musical.ly. But the point is like now he's crushing it. He's not in the coaching space. He's like the person that just does like YouTube vlogging stuff. But the end of the day is like attention is revenue. And each of you guys can monetize the attention in a different way. But for the most part, we're all in the same industry of we're helping solving problems through our expertise. And every single one of you is not only an entrepreneur, but also a content creator. Create content and then find a way to get it out in front of the right people. Hot seat people. I want to.
I can. I'm gonna interrupt you with so much love, my dude. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that people we have people at various levels, right? So
Yep.
And I want to address some of the questions I got privately and some of them in the text box. So one of the things, and I actually want to speak to this too. One of the questions that I got, I won't name anyone, was hey Ken, I just posted my TikTok video. It only has 20 views. What did I do wrong? How do you respond to something like that?
Well, not even knowing the content, I can say that if you just posted it within the past day, that's perfectly normal. I had an account that I started posting some stuff on that had 0 followers, and all the videos got, I think I posted like 6 videos within like a 3-day time frame. Each of them have 500 views. It's actually a page for myself, Ken Conklin Motivation or something. But, only like 50 followers that just started, but like, and then there's a whole bunch of other stuff I can dive into because I have a whole bunch of different strategies that I'm going all in on that might confuse you guys. But look at some of my content or look at that client. I have a realtor I'm going to start doing this stuff for. But even just go on the app and look at people in your industry, whether you're in real estate, whether you're
For sure. Let me slow that down a little bit because I want people to get this really, okay? Now it's important that you have 1 or 2 accounts that inspire you, that you can model yourself after, even if
100%.
You're going to be wildly different, right? Because you want to maintain your unique essence of, we talk about essence, your unique, what you bring to everyone, right? So Ken, for example, it was so great to have Ken and Richard on last week because there's such opposing dynamics. Ken is very much get it done. I kick your ass. I'm gonna yell at your face when you watch this content. It's pretty great. It's hilarious. Some people need that. They literally want that. They're like, oh my gosh, I heard you scream at me and I went to the gym and it was amazing. It's changed my life, right? But others are like, yo, I'm more like a feather. I'm like a dove. You want to encourage me. You need a cheerleader, right? And so you do not want to model other people's energy. You want to bring in your own energy. You just want to model the things that are actually working, that can work for you. It's very important to know the difference because we do not need another copycat who looks exactly the same as the person that came before them. What we need instead is you to bring your authentic self, all of you, showing up with all of your gifts, right? Showing up with
100%.
Content. So my question structure,
go ahead.
some of the things that you're sharing, because I'm noticing people's head and some people's information overload. So can you break down, I think, the 5 mistakes that new TikTok content creators, so if they already have an account or not, whether they have 100 followers, 1,000 or 0, what are the top 5 mistakes that they must avoid making and what to do instead? How do you like that?
Don't be a perfectionist. Stop with that. And I'm actually grabbing a whiteboard while I'm talking to you guys. That's why you can't see me. But don't be a perfectionist. Just post stuff. Study. Don't be like the person with their eyes closed throwing a basketball in the air, hoping it lands in a hoop. Actually look at where you're trying to shoot your shot and actually have a couple of basketballs. Don't just shoot one basketball hoping that you make it and I didn't. Oh well, give up. Shoot 500. like you're gonna have a video gets at least 50,000 views as long as your content's not horrible within like 40 posts, I would say. As long as you're actually like studying and doing your due diligence of what are people in my niche doing, and then you start to model after it a little bit and just understand like, hey, how should I be talking to the camera, right? That's why like I know when I'm talking to the camera in my car and I'm yelling at them after I just worked out, telling them to start going to the gym, or I'm in my podcast studio after I filmed on my DSLR and I change up my lights every time to have just a different visual, but I'm talking on different stuff. And I'll tie in what I'm talking about too with Marianne's question of how do you talk about sex? What did you say? It was, how do you coach someone who solves a shitty sex life problem? Most platforms don't allow you to talk about sex. I would disagree. I think sex is definitely something you could talk about. I mean, look at some of the shit that people talk about. Like for me, I am actually branding myself as a semi-controversial coach. It's like in all my bios and whatnot. And I'm the person that's talking about stuff that most people are gonna be like, damn, that's not allowed. Great, cancel me. Like my whole strategy is like getting a bunch of people upset and then having the people that really vibe with me to like share my stuff. And I can dive into this in another time or even on a call or whatnot. But for you guys, like talking about the sex problem, I mean, literally look up like Marianne, actually, and that's another thing too, like share real quick, just like who is your ideal person you're talking to, the demographic? Is it men or women?
Men, C-suite, busy leaders who are in the cycle of avoiding, who are going to, you know, porn, or they're in the busyness of life and not the doing. They're not being. They're in the doing of life and not being in life. Their pleasure's way out of whack. They're looking for it in the wrong places.
Cool. So great niche, for example. That's an awesome solution that you're offering. Cause I mean, for me, I do semi-similar stuff, not with the same niche, but like, again, like a lot of older guys that are like at this point where they're not taking care of themselves. I tell them, hey, your biggest financial mistake will be having your wife divorce you and take half of everything you own. Now you can't see your kids. Great. While you're being lazy, not going to the gym and getting fat and not being that person that's going to actually inspire, but also attract your wife to the point where she wants to be with you. Well, then you just focusing on your business, trying to get your marketing right. And all of a sudden time goes by and now you're that unpresent father and, you know, not quality husband that she once fell in love with. Well, like, great. That's how I describe it. You don't have to describe it to your clients that way, but like, that's what gets their fear going and going, oh man, I don't want that to happen. But then too, like I'm providing the solution. Hey, go work out, go do these things. I'm like filming some content that breaks down a little bit of a strategy, but even just the tone of my voice and how I'm talking to them is like, they're interested in like, I look at comments on, I think it's like, so if you go to my profile, Ken Conklin, you'll see, I think it's like the first video you'll see that's pinned. I have 3 videos pinned, but like one of them, just look through the comments. You'll see like everyone's saying like, you know, like there's a couple funny ones like, oh, after watching this, my car started doing push-ups and stuff like that. But there's other people being like, damn, like I need that intensity. My whole thing is like, I'm not the biggest dude. There's people in my industry that are, you know, jacked and just like the most massive dudes. I'm still fit. I take care of myself, but I'm not like 250 pounds of 5% body fat and just like an animal. So one thing I do is like I definitely take care of myself and try to be that physical like example of what I'm preaching. But then at the same time, like I have a unique style. And it's the same thing with all of you guys. You have your unique style. So even if you're not talking like, if you're trying to give an example or if you're talking on solving a problem and you at least have expertise, but you may not be the most qualified person, as in you're trying to give business advice and you're not making, you know, 5 million a year, but at least you quit your job and you went all in. Talk about the struggle that you did to go from that 9 to 5 to now being employed and maybe having your first 2 clients. Whatever the struggle is, like speak on that, because that's what's going to get people trusting you and feeling connected with you. And then as time goes on, you have more of a success, you'll have more stories to share. But what's going to progress you and get you to that next level is about acquiring clients. And the way to do that is by marketing and marketing where you're at now. And of course, live in full integrity of what you preach. I have a whole curriculum that like is like, this is what I did for my coaching program, because I didn't like, there's a lot of people that in the coaching space that just talk on whatever. Like Miro and I, we like to have frameworks and tools and a bunch of stuff. So I have a whole curriculum that I printed out. That's one way I separate myself. And I don't really showcase this on my TikTok stuff too much, but it is in my studio. So every single time I film the video, eventually, I would assume, I haven't really tested it out, but like they're going to see that book that says only for businessmen after a while and go like, what the heck is this? Like, who is this Growl the Castle or Ken Conklin guy I've been seeing? Let me go look up Ken Conklin, go to his website, and then all of a sudden, boom, now they're in your funnel, they're pixels. Now you can start remarketing to them on YouTube ads. That's when you have like the other things come into front and play. And I hope I'm not like just throwing a whole bunch of stuff out there and like losing some of you, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm like giving you guys some tactical stuff that you can really just put into practice.
This is powerful, Ken. Can we just give some snaps for Ken? Yell some spirit fingers. Like, wow, this is so much fire. So thank you so much for all of the wisdom and knowledge and volunteering your time and literally for so generously to give people a win before we begin. So we do have a paid program launch. It's on August 3rd. It's the Abundance Accelerator. And there's zero obligation, literally as a gift for you guys to have the opportunity to get a win. You can meet with me and my team, with Ken, over this next couple of days to start implementing the stuff inside of your business. You're already creating content on some platforms. So for some of you, it's like, cool, how do I spend some of this time over here instead where I can get results and traction? Or how do I easily repurpose it so I'm on both platforms now at the same time? Or literally just dialing in what you're already doing. And one thing that I want to bring to awareness, and I'm gonna have some logistical things for you guys to start booking with both me and Ken. In fact, what I'm about to do, you guys saw how Ken was like, oh, like if you're this person, if you're a middle-aged man and you're working on your marketing and you're trying to get your family back, like all this stuff, like the perfect messaging for Marianne types clients, even though there's slightly variations there. So that's actually called what we call here the $1 million marketing message. And when you dial in your message, you speak to that exactly into the truth, into their life that they're already living right now. You enter the conversation that's already going on in your ideal client's head. They have no choice but to say, wow, this person can absolutely help me. Because the only two questions that you got to answer in your ideal client's head is one, and you can write this shit down, is do you get me? And when you really answer the question, do you get me? Really, really well with insane detail, then the second question is an obvious yes. And the second question is, can you help me? Right? And so what we have is what we call the $1 million messaging. Is it's helping communicating your message in a way that opens the hearts, the minds, and the wallets of your ideal clients to say, holy shit, this person gets me, he sees me, and I want this person's help. Not someday, but like today. I want to take the next step with this person now, right? And so I want to provide some hot seat coaching too, because a lot of your questions are going to be around that. When you know who you're speaking to and you know what to say, then you no longer have to think, okay, what am I going to post today, right? And you can start getting into action rather than procrastination. And so for some people, just having a framework or structure about what to say when you do give a mini webinar, when you do have the audience, or when you start transitioning some of your followers into actually monetizing. So like how to make that transition. So it's not just content for the sake of content, but progressively moves forward into your direction. So I'd love to give some hot seat coaching on dialing people's messaging in. Before, if you want that, you want some hot seat coaching on like getting your $1 million message dialed in, because I can literally support y'all. I see Marianne's fingers. Cool. We can do this. What I want to do is I want to open up one breakout room with Leah. Can y'all send some love to Leah? And Leah is in the room. She is our dear team member out of the Philippines, and she's the backbone. Really, I would absolutely be lost without her. Leah is amazing, and so she helped a lot of you guys show up here. And so what Leah is going to do, we're going to open up a breakout room. And I want you to before you leave here, hop into the breakout room with Leah. She's going to help you get access to Ken's calendar and book you in, and my calendar, depending on our availability, so that nobody.
And before we do go, I do want to add some more stuff. So I just want to let you know, like, I'm gonna be on here for a couple more minutes, but yeah, everything that Mira's saying, lock in the call so we can dive into this stuff more. But yeah, so I don't want to interrupt.
So Ken, do me a favor and send your calendar link to Leah so that she can get people scheduled in breakout room.
She should have that. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh, she does? Okay, great.
I have it already.
Okay, lovely. Cool. So everyone say 1, 2, 3. What's up, Leah? Okay, so to give you some love. Are you ready? Unmute. 1, 2, 3. What's up?
What's up, Leah? Leah.
We love you.
I'm gonna give you co-hosting rights too, so that you're available to help people get booked. Breakout room. Okay, add a room. So we now have a room available. So yeah, I don't know what order, but you can, if you raise your hand, you want to book your call, just go ahead and jump in the room with Leah so you guys don't miss the opportunity to have that free call. Okay, beautiful. Is that clear enough? Are you guys able to do this? Maybe we need somebody to volunteer to make sure it's working. Okay,
How
great.
do we
I
know that we're
don't
jumping
see a
into
breakout
it?
room.
How
You
do we
don't see it
jump
yet? Okay, so I'm gonna
It's
open
not
the.
showing. There we go.
Okay, cool. So go ahead, Jackie, hit it, and you You got it. Perfect. Wow, they're all going. I love it. Hopefully they'll come back after. That'll be great. Cool. All right. With that, I want to make sure we dial in somebody's messaging and get some of these questions answered. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Cool. So I see Lois's hand raised. I got you, Lois. I also want to make sure we get Brittany an opportunity because she's been showing up and supporting as a VIP. So let's do Lois because you've been waiting so patiently. Then Brittany, and we'll kick it off like that. Go ahead, Lois.
Cool. So where do I start with messaging? Do I start with the challenge or what? Yeah.
What is your burning offer right now? Like your next step offer for most people?
Huh. So there's actually two different pathways. One of which I'm building and more excited about than the normal one. But the normal one is getting people into free or low ticket $97 events, scale your heart-centered coaching business, 10K months with fun and flow, or unleash your aligned sales, unleash your marketing, whatever. I've got a revolving door of different ones. And then I have a 6K program for 3 months where I guarantee your first high ticket client, or I'll keep working with you until you do, which is like huge. I don't see guarantees very often in the industry. And then what I'm launching now that I'm most excited about is a $97 Unleash Your Manifestation workshop applied to health, wealth, relationships, happiness, spiritual connection, with an emphasis on coaching, because that's what I do most often, manifesting business and income. And then I've got a mid-ticket 6-week course that I'm filling with people at $997. And that's just branching off into that direction because I've had several people come to me for magic, manifestation, and prosperity and abundance. So I'm wanting to add that wing to my business currently. And I feel more passionate about that, honestly, than just the business development stuff.
Beautiful. Go ahead and say, my question is,
how can I create messaging for either of those? And I'm happy to just do one that will draw in the right high, like ready to buy, high ticket oriented clients.
Cool.
Because I keep getting sales calls with people who are broke, who like have objections, who are not yet. And
beautiful. I got you. This is a common problem and you're not alone, just letting you know. A lot of that is going to be directly related to your messaging, and it's the frequency of your messaging. So I would look at that. And so it's nuances and some nuances that I didn't know when we were first coaching together that I'm now really waking up to. So cool. I'd love, like, without seeing your copy right now, just like feel the difference between like a dear friend of mine, I won't name him, he has the same problem, right? He's like, hey, if you're a coach and you're struggling and it's so hard right now and you're not getting clients, right? And you're trying everything, but like nothing is working and you're just literally dead broke and there's like no hope, like take this action so I can help you. That's literally going to attract, right? That's literally going to attract somebody who's by definition broke, has tried everything, and like it's all struggle, it's all pain, it's very low vibrational. For that person, there's not a lot of energy available for them to have a transformation right now. They're so deep in the shit. You see what I'm saying? So what you want to do instead is you want to have like a high frequency messaging that has the problem inside, but it's not like a I'm desperate, help me, please, I'm going to die problem. It's more of a like, yo, I'm having a level of success and I want to get to the next level of success. I'm hitting an upper level, right? I'm having a lot of success in my business, but I'm trying to figure out how to do this and have fun and pleasure at the same time. Or I'm trying to do this and have self-care and vacation at the same time, right? So now you're speaking to people who are already a success and they still have a pain point. It's painful enough for them, but they're more actually motivated by expanding their bliss meter, their pleasure meter, and have more, right? For somebody who's a high achiever, not fulfilling their 100% potential, their full potential, it's painful enough for them to take the next step. But for somebody who's like, I'm just trying to make it through the day, they have to be in some deep shit for them to make a change.
But another thing I'll add on is if it's not a no-brainer that spending the amount of money you're asking for the thing that you're offering, it's going to be a challenge where you're going to have to do I'll handle objections and focus on really getting that close. Think about the way that you're presenting your things. It needs to be that it's so clear, hey, this $500 or this $2,000 or this $10,000, whatever it is not like as much of a value as this other thing that I really need. Of course, it could be like, hey, you pay $5,000, you get to go on 5 cruises for the next, 6 months or whatever. That sounds nice, but also not everyone's needing 5 cruises. It still sounds great, but then when you offer, hey, yeah, $5,000 is going to get you to XYZ, and that's going to solve your issue with your wife leaving you, or your husband no longer like I don't know.
I feel you. I think I want to demonstrate this model so everybody can see how easy this gets to be to have messaging that actually hits home, that actually is like, oh shit, this is for me. And we may not be able to do this for everyone right now, but I know we can do it for some of you. So I want to at least get some of this going. Oh my God, there's so many people in room 1. That's insane. This whole breakout room thing was a success. I think people are really wanting to do the breakout rooms. Cool. Let me just demonstrate. This is called the $1 million messaging. And once I knew it, I was like, cool, this is, it makes everything easier. I see your hands up, so we'll make sure we answer your questions. So these are the 9 psychological triggers, the activation points. They actually activate your clients by speaking into the heart of a problem. I'm going to show you an example, and you let me know if this resonates, if this is you, okay? So hey, are you a mindset coach, a healer, consultant, or conscious entrepreneur? You've bought a bunch of marketing programs, but they never seem to stick, okay? Do you have a bunch of marketing training filed in a way in a course graveyard? And I called out Sam Ovens and Russell Brunson at the time because those are the ones that I've seen people struggle with most often and not getting results, even though they've been promised to make $1 million after this one funnel. You know what I mean? But it's all collecting dust, and you can't get yourself around to finishing it. Did you try to start a Facebook group of what all the gurus are doing? Or are you tired of getting crickets when you launch your marketing funnels and you followed every step that you were taught, but still you get crickets? Do you feel like you're a best kept secret and you know you have a powerful gift that can change lives, but it feels sometimes like only you and your 5 friends know about it, right? Do you know for a fact that you're not charging enough for your services, but you struggle to ask for what you really, really want? Okay, does that freedom lifestyle feel so close, but still out of reach, right? And you're a visionary leader, and the dark side of that is you get so many business ideas and it's really hard to focus on one thing and niche down. I only know this because I've experienced all of this, okay? And so do most sales and marketing techniques feel sleazy and inauthentic to you, and you just don't want to be one of those guys? Let me know if that's anybody here or if it's just me. So you probably thought, and this is called the epiphany bridge, you probably thought the problem was getting the right marketing strategy, implementing it, so you're on an income roller coaster, and that comes from the shiny object syndrome until you figure this out. Here's what you've been missing. It is not about the strategy or the right course or closing the next client. The real problem has always been that the message is not aligned to who you are and who you're meant to serve. And the container you're in is not supporting you. And that's that mic drop moment where you're letting them know, this is what you've been thinking. No, this is what you've been spending your time and your energy, but no, it's actually this over here. And that's when you get to introduce yourself. You get to say, hey, my name is Miro, right? Or hey, my name is Jackie. Or hey, my name is Louis. My name is Ken. And my name is Connie. And over the past few years, I've been working with top performing insert our dream clients, right? Coaches and healers and consciousness experts like you to communicate their message in a way that gets credit cards out of wallets, raving referrals, and heartfelt testimonials without paid ads or complicated funnels. The goodness is that you can, and you want to have your own truth as you can statement. Despite everything that you've seen, market yourself in a way that feels tapped in, turned on, without having to sacrifice your morals, your values, or your dignity, right? You've been following the internet marketing mainstream down the wrong path into an abyss, and it's not working for you, and you didn't know that there's another way. There is another way, and here's what another way is. And then you describe the pillars of the next program, right? First, you create clarity on your positioning and your unique message, your $1 million messaging, your high value avatar. Next, you're working on mindset and your skill sets. You can double your prices with confidence, right? And then you get to accountability and support so that those half-built bridges get completely built all the way, and we see it through to the end. And so that you get shit done no matter what life throws at you. And when you do master, and this is when you get into your testimonials, when you do master these 3 areas, the consequences of when you do it, you're going to be able to talk to people, communicate with you in a way that gets results for your ideal avatar, your aligned avatar, and they can see that you get them like no one else, and that you can get them results that their minds and hearts desire. Does that make sense, y'all? Are y'all getting this?
Hey, Miro, I just wanted to let you know, I do have to hop off pretty soon. So For everyone that has been on this call, hopefully that was valuable, just sort of helpful in some way, a golden nugget, or even just a simple accountability factor. Hope you guys actually like apply everything I mentioned. Again, like even if you're not fully clear, like go test, go look around, go see what other people are doing, right? Find out what's going to work for you guys and execute that. But the biggest thing is be relentless with your marketing message, right? Get angry, get frustrated that you don't have a pipeline of people coming to talk to you every single day. If you don't have that, well, great, upgrade your non-negotiables, post those 3 times a day. Make sure you're posting content that really solves problems and answers people's questions, right? Be that person that people needed, or even better, be the person that you needed when you first were dealing with this problem, that now, once you've figured out this solution, that's why you're now the person that presents that service or product that solves that problem. But remember how there are people out there that need what you have to offer. And it's a shame if you don't make it a priority to get your message out there. And I will drop with that. Mic drop. Hope you guys all had fun. If you guys want to chat or have a little session, feel free to reach out to Leah, and you guys can get a link to my calendar. Otherwise, hope you guys have a great day.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ken. Let's send some love to Ken, my man. So much love, brother. Appreciate your help. And yeah, so exciting. I know that there's lots of calls booking that has happened in the meantime. Let's stay here. I'm going to stay on and answer question to the best of my ability. If it's not a Miro question, I will direct you to book that call with Ken so he can answer it for you. But I'm going to do my best. I'm not a TikTok expert. You can talk to me about anything when it comes to messaging, attracting dream clients, high ticket offers, mindset, meditation, spirituality, manifesting, and virtual events, live events, retreats, and the list goes on. But yeah, ask me anything. Let's do this. Let's start with.
All right. See you later, guys.
Bye, Ken. I know
Bye-bye.
I promised Brittany to go up next, and we got you, Jackie. So go ahead and say, what's up, Brittany?
Hello. All right. I completely brain farted on what I was going to share.
What's up, Brittany?
Hey.
What's up, Brittany? No worries. We can come back to you. There's no pressure at all.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you can simmer on it a little bit. And so are you ready for us, Jackie?
Yeah, I put mine in the chat. What happens when we all start to sound the same? When we're all using the same mental triggers, when we're all using the same buying triggers, what happens? How do we stay different?
Amazing. I love that question so much, Jackie. Thank you for asking that. I will say 2 things. For you, I imagine that question is coming from a place is I want to be seen as unique, different. I want people to get me, my essence, and who I am. That's how.
Actually, it comes from the place of I was told say this, and I'm like, it'll make me sound like everybody else, and they were like, yeah, that's what works. And 8 years later, I'm finally coming back to my truth.
That's amazing. So here's the thing: there are people who need to model someone. They need that alter ego effect. Because where they are, they don't know who the fuck they are yet. And so when they have a mentor who they can model, it's like training wheels. It's like, yo, I'm getting into the game. I get to the game before I discover who I am. Great, right? Use that. That's amazing for them. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. And then you get to a point of your evolution. It's like, yo, these training wheels, if I keep riding them, I'm going to be held back. That's just the truth. And so where a lot of us are playing at is actually an authentic self-expression and let the world know who are you. And that it's safe for you to show up as you, that you can be seen as you, that you'll be loved as you. And that even when there are people who are like, not like you and won't like you, you get to still show up with all of you and your joy and just blast it out to the world, right? For those who are actually for you. Does that answer your question?
I think it did. And I have 1 minute to get to my interview. So thank you. We have an appointment booked, as you know, and I'm going to interview you on the Vibrant Living Summit if you fill out the form. So I emailed it to you again.
Thank you for yelling at me. I needed it. Check out the Positivity Summit. It's going to be so insane. Jackie, it's amazing. Boom. See you later. All right, we got Marianne up next.
Wow, I thought I was going to have time. So I thought there were other ones. That's okay. So my question is, I don't have a TikTok yet. Cool. And so to start the TikTok, any beginning strategies you used at the beginning of starting a TikTok?
Totally. Don't worry about the account itself. I think make make like literally what I did. Like I had Richard come over to my house. It's best when you have a friend that's amazing that can come over, right? But I had Richard, my friend, come over. He's a coach and he's a relationship coach who's crushed it with TikTok. And he came over here and I'm blessed if you do this for yourself if you don't have a Richard in your life. But this is what I did, okay? He came over, he literally pointed the camera at me and did like 10 1-minute videos, just back to back to back to back, okay? And he said shit to me like, okay, imagine I'm your dream client going through your dream problem right now. Like, you know, I'm a coach and I'm like making $3,000 a month, but it's income roller coaster and I'm about to give up and get a job again. Talk to me, right? And so I just unleashed on that person, 1 minute, kind of like a 1-minute hot seat, like kind of like what we're doing right now. And I just coach the shit out of them, basically give people the experience of what it's like already working with me. And I did that video after video after video. I also did a couple of what is Manifest X Mastermind, like what is this thing that I'm even doing? You know what I mean? And it's all value-based and it's 0 pitches. The first 10 videos, don't even worry about call to actions and buy my stuff. That's for later. The first 10 videos is just like you finding your flow, showing up as yourself and delivering the value, like and seeing what works. Because once you do your first video, I recommend that you do, you know, obviously now you have a video. So when you do this, you have a library of 10 videos. Now that's your content it can be your content for a week. If you follow Ken's and Richard's 10,000 followers in 6 weeks, what that means is 3 videos per day. So 10 videos is 3 days worth of content. But if you're a snake like me, you're going to publish about 3 videos, you know, in 3 days. And that's like, you know, 10 days worth of content, or more like 20 days worth of content, because I don't do posting on weekends, right? So it's kind of find your own flow, but get your first 10 videos recorded, do them in batch, like all at once, all right? And now you can go on TikTok and like make a description that's actually in alignment with the content you're creating. And so that's kind of a cool backwards way to get your account set up. Does it make sense? But the other thing, yeah. So, and then just browse, like find your 1 or 2 inspiring accounts on TikTok that are already crushing it, so that you do have a model and also see, oh, that's what I'm not going to do. And that is what I am going to do. Because you don't have to be a cookie cutter person. Does that make sense?
No, got it. Got it. Yes, very.
Cool. Who here is ready to do like their first batch of like 10 videos to just record something, speaking to the camera? Cool. See some hands up. What's up, Ace? I see Louis. Yes, that's the right answer. You want to be committed to this. And I also want those of you who haven't raised their hand or said, I'm going to do this, I also want to find a side. Hey, why not? Why not? No pressure, just out of curiosity for yourself. Cool. Awesome, Connie. Some of you have to go. That's perfect. Who's up next with their question? I think Brittany, are you ready yet? Not yet? Cool. It's fair game.
I'm good. Thank you.
And ask me anything. It can be content related, $1 million messaging. I really would love to break somebody's system by just getting their $1 million message implemented. That would be so fun for me. I like to channel. I'm a channel among other things.
Well, you know, if nobody's raising their hand, and is there anybody that wants to go? Because I'm not going to monopolize. I'm going to, Ace, you're good? Anybody else?
I want to go again, but I'm not gonna.
Why? Go ahead.
I'll go.
Oh, Ace's hand is up.
Okay,
Okay,
Ace,
let's give Ace a warm Manifest X welcome. And I'm totally game to give you guys round 2s for you hungry people for more knowledge. Okay. I welcome all of that.
Welcome, Ace.
Okay.
Ace.
Let's do it all together. 1, 2, 3. What's up, Ace?
What's up, Ace?
What's up, Ace?
Welcome, Ace. Are you speechless or do you have questions for us, or both?
Both. I love what you're doing here. This is awesome. This is my 2nd time. So thank you so much. I think one question I have for you is, I think, I don't know if it was already answered, but TikTok versus Instagram, like I know there's a different intention per platform. So how do you align with that intention, or do you, that's a big question for me.
Amazing. So I think the intention does not necessarily need to be different. You know, if your intention is to show the world what it is you're doing so that you can be found and they know like who the go-to is for the particular set of skills that you have. So I think in the end, we all want the same thing. We want to serve more people at a higher level. And what's different and how I think about, you know, do as you please, how I think about Instagram and TikTok is that I want to go to TikTok right now first, because that's where attention is sort of cheap. Meaning right now for your 1 hour of content creation time, the return that you're getting in terms of eyeballs, views, followers is like 5 to 10 times greater than Instagram. And the reason for that is that right now it's like early and you're thinking, well, I just have my little 100 followers or whatever. Right. But everyone is going to TikTok over time. And if you're already there, having produced content, you're going to be the go-to and have greater amount of market share for everybody who's like a late bloomer. Does that make sense? So that's why I would say go to TikTok now that the opportunity is hot. And then that same content, super easy to repurpose on Instagram, and you still hit both at the same time, because Reels are doing really well as well. It's just comparatively long-term, what's working right now and what's going to work for the next 2-3 years. Make sure you capitalize on the TikTok opportunity, especially right now. You have, somebody who can support you with it. You can get your questions answered from myself, Ken, and the TikTok coaches that we have. So take advantage of that, Is that helpful? Beautiful. Yay, snaps for A's. And I want you guys to come celebrating. For some reason, we skipped celebrations today. That's unacceptable. Next week, we're going to celebrate your wins. So I want to hear you guys setting up your TikTok accounts, creating premium clients with this, or having a breakthrough with your content creation and showing up powerfully. Cool. All right. Up next, who would like some love? There's more. There's more in here. So use me, but don't use me. Take advantage of me without taking advantage of me. Okay. Laya is laughing. So good to see you, Laya. Laya signed up for our next energy healing event. It's a 5-day virtual immersion retreat where she gets certified as an energy healing practitioner in theta healing, and we'll do 2 days of masterminding, and we're really integrating the business, the marketing, and the inner game and at a really high level, and it's so much fun. We manifest together for 5 days straight, so it's gonna be insane. Super cool.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Totally.
Let's do this. So Lois's hand is up. What's up, Lois?
Hey, so I'm willing to do the jump onto TikTok. I'm committed to that, and I'm wondering, would I leverage the reels?
Oh, we lost you there for a second. You may have had an incoming call or something.
Yeah. Would I leverage the reels that I make for Facebook as well? Like, can I simply just post them on Facebook also? Because that's primarily where my traffic's been.
Yeah, 100%. I recently so yes, TikTok. I would say TikTok first, and then publish it on Reels and Facebook. I recently became what they call a content creator. I get paid by Facebook for Meta or whatever for putting Reels now based on plays. So they're incentivizing people to publish. And if you are consistent with the content, I don't know by what criteria Facebook is selecting people, but you can actually get paid per plays on your reels on Facebook. And I think other platforms are doing it too. And they're doing it because that's where their attention is right now. They're really wanting to maintain their users on each platform. But yeah, I don't know. Does that answer your question?
It does. Does that require you to do the digital creator shift, like over from your profile? Like you have to do that conversion?
It kind of happened, and it was nothing that I intentionally did. So they just started naming me digital creator, and it's like, okay, cool.
Oh, so you can't actually choose that. It's just a Facebook like.
I take that back. I remember there was a moment when I got prompted with like a pop-up. I log in, it's like, hey, you're invited to join the bonus Reels play gig or whatever. I don't know if you call the official name. Don't quote me on that. And so I was invited. I said yes. I kind of like opted into it, and that's probably when my profile shifted over, if that's what you're talking about.
Cool. So just start the reels, and then they'll let me know.
Yeah, exactly. But the goal is not to necessarily become a paid or monetized creator on Facebook, because literally they're going to pay you per play, which is going to be like $1 per like 100 plays or whatever, or maybe 1,000. But
yeah,
you have a $5,000 offer and a $6,000 offer, $10,000 offer. Just go where the attention is. That's infinitely more valuable than the $1 per play. Okay.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Up next, Laya.
Hey, I finally decided to inquire, when you state channel, that your channel, I don't think I have to say much to get you to share it, but it is on messaging and branding, on how I assist people in their understanding of their ego, sense, and self and identity to a higher level that they had no idea was there. And it gives them a whole different new perception, paradigm, and living in reality that most people don't understand.
I've experienced your work, so I know how potent it is. It's very powerful. Laya is an incredible quantum healer. And what I don't fully understand is who your ideal high-paying avatar is. So the person you love working with, you love to travel with, the person that can afford your services, and that you can get the best results for. I like to look at it from those three. Like, you can get the amazing results because what's hard for them is easy for you. And vibe, like, how do you know that you vibe with them? And you can do stuff like personality assessments. If you know you're like a Myers-Briggs, ENFP like me, like you're a people person, or like you love people and ideas, and you're like high energy, love, enthusiasm, you may also mark differently when you know you want to talk to people like you, rather than, right? If you want to talk to an ideas person or a systems person, an analytical person versus an emotional person is different, right? So do you know if you prefer men over women, or can you tell me a little bit about your ideal person?
Yeah, my ideal person is they're usually the higher level souls that have a harder path, but they're still succeeding really well. So they have a lot of effort going on, but they don't feel like they're efforting. They're like the ones that are on fire, but they don't realize that that's actually a level of effort that they don't have to be efforting in, and that they have that capacity to be in that space where they're still aligned and connected to their soul and their purpose, to a certain degree, at least to the level that they also are very open and coachable to a much higher level paradigm of understanding than getting stuck in their ego selves. And
I get it. So let me explain something. So I think one of your challenges, Laya, is because you're so tapped in and have such high level of spiritual awareness in the 5D and the 4D worlds, that the people that you're actually helping, they kind of want to learn that, but what's more important to them is that they actually stop having the pain that they go through. And the word that's coming through for me very strongly is burnout. I think burnout is something that people can, generally everybody can understand right away. If you've experienced it, you're like, this shit is bad. And I think that if you gave content around burnout and explaining the multiple levels that burnout is happening at the physical level, pushing, they're on fire and just putting energy out, but it also comes on a spiritual and an emotional level, and they may not have another person that can answer those questions. But you can show them how doing the healing and aligning with their soul's purpose can actually help them get out of burnout and find balance in their lives where they can feel on fire without having to do work while getting in flow states instead. Right? So do you want to stop? Like, basically what I'm hearing is like you're helping, experienced business owners stop the burnout cycle and live life in flow states.
yeah, truly. The only difference is they're kind of at the level where they don't feel like they're burning out, but they actually are. They just don't realize it.
Yeah, so I know very intimately what that's like, because when you're in, as my experience was like, when I was inside of a burnout, I didn't feel like I was inside of a burnout. I was just like this, you know what I mean? But what got me to realize it, this is actually some great marketing copy that I read by one of my many mentors. What got me, by Andrew Crozy, massive shout out. He ran a mastermind called a 7-Figure CEO at the time. And he said, yo, are you feeling tired but wired? And I was like, yo, that's it. And he's like, are you experiencing this, and this? And I was like, yo, that's me, exactly. And he's like, yeah, you might be thinking everything is awesome, but what you're actually doing is you're on a burnout roller coaster. You're gonna put this more energy in, but you actually know deep down that you're not in alignment with what you're meant to do. I was like, oh, fuck, he sees me. And then you do the epiphany bridge. You've been spending your time and energy over here to make things better. What you need to do instead is do this. Come to my, I would call it the Fuck Yes Life Immersion Retreat, but that's very much me, so I don't know what that event name is for you yet. I know you have some.
Cool.
What's that?
That sounds kind of cool.
I know, but it's already taken. Forgive me, I took it. Come to our Fuck Yes Life Immersion Retreat. But yeah, is this helpful though? Is there something that you can use? What are you receiving from?
Absolutely, yeah. My level of getting what you're sharing is definitely understanding that they've got to be told in ways so they know that I'm the right mentor for them. And what I'm not getting is in the ways that people have been sharing, even the guy you talked about, I don't know how to separate myself because I'm actually a different sort of that level. Mm-hmm. Of sharing people with the burnout is actually not exactly the burnout people even think the burnout is. It's actually totally, it's not even the alignment with the soul. It's actually another, it's a level past that. It's a new paradigm.
Incredible. I'm so curious about that. So here's what I would say then. You do want to know what the 5 misconception is about burnout and how to, or 5 mistakes, misconceptions, and myths. You can all write this down. What are the top 3 or top 5 myths, basically lies that you've been told, right? Misconceptions. People think that what they think burnout is, but what it actually is, right? Mistakes, literally what they're doing. Like when, like, you know, you might be going through a burnout. Hey, no worries, just slam more coffee, you know what I mean? And you'll be good. Take more caffeine and you'll be fine, right? That's a mistake. And so when you can crystallize, I hope that helps you as a framework, because when you can speak to this, here's what happens. There is, I want to imagine there's this line, okay? This line of awareness. So here's all the awareness that you have as the expert. You've gone through the pain and the problem that your ideal client, your avatar, has experienced. You've lived this life and you're like, fuck this shit. You cracked the code, you had a coach or whatever, you had your awakening and you went on the other side. Now you live over here with all this awareness. You barely think about this, but you do remember it enough to speak to those people, right? And here's the thing, you're above the awareness. When you speak about life over here, you talk about the benefits of being over here, about the amazing energy that you have. You can't speak about, but you have to connect it back to where they are. If you don't start here, it's gonna be like, whoosh, why should I listen to you?
And that's what happens. Okay.
That's what happens, exactly. So just, you know, and what helps me a lot, I go inside of a conversation with ideal clients. Sometimes they're my friends. Sometimes it's somebody I'm working with right now. And I just ask him, like, what's life like for you right now? Tell me about your reality. How was your day, right? How are you doing really? And you start from the moment that they get up in the morning to like how they got on a call with you. What was their day like? And if they're in stress, if they're in chaos, like it's going to be very apparent, and you're just going to start speaking to what that actually looks like. Meaning, if I were to come into their house with a camera and I do a TikTok video of their life, what will be inside of that video, right? Is it them just like hunched over their laptop with their shoulders up and like click, 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 right? Is it like that? Or is it them like, being on the phone while their kid's like, hey, daddy, I want to talk to you. Hey, daddy, come play with me. They're like, no, I'm working. Right? Like, but if you can get that clear on like what's happening in their life, they're like, holy shit, that person gets me. Right? Or maybe they're fighting with their spouse, like whatever that looks like, but you can model them, hey, look, I know you're going through this process right now, through this system.
What if you're showing them if they are actually, they're actually doing really good and they're like relaxing at their pool and they're just taking a call and they have automated income coming in and they have a decent relationship, and yet they have a different level that they can access, they just have no idea.
I love that. You know what I call that? Successful on paper.
Successful on paper. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah, play with that. I don't own Successful on paper, but it did come to me that I should do like, some messaging around it. Do posts on Successful on paper and just ask people, what does that mean to you, successful on paper? What do you imagine it means? They're going to say, oh, it's kind of like I'm sitting at the pool, I got my income coming in, I got my wife and whatever, everything's awesome. I shouldn't be complaining, but
something's missing.
Right? Like, yeah, all right. You know what that really is about? Let me tell you the top 5 misconceptions that you have to understand about success and how you can stop being successful on paper and actually be successful. Here's the actual definition of success. You may have been taught that it's the progressive realization of a worthy goal, and you've been lied to, because the true meaning of success is not in your doing. It is not with the results that you're getting in life. The true meaning of success is actually to authentically embody who you really are.
And then it goes one further than that.
Of course, you have some awareness that I don't have, and I don't think we have time for your masterclass here, but of course, that's what we're going to learn. Here's the thing, you don't want to like teach them the masterclass, you want to teach them the life that they're living now so that you can demonstrate to them that you get them. That's the first thing. Do that. Is that good?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Amazing. You got this. Snaps for Laya, everybody. Let's go. I also want to acknowledge James in the room, who so diligently did his TikTok videos after last week getting his butt kicked. I'm just kidding. I know you were so deliberate and intentional about getting it done. So I appreciate you for showing up for me, my man. Marianne, did you still have a question? I saw your hand up. Are you good? Question? Support?
I could go there, but James just came in. If he wants to go, I'll
Cool.
lower
Sure.
my.
How's James feeling?
James, you want to go?
You want to take a seat on the hot seat? Could get spicy.
Well, sure. Thank you for the kind words. What do I need to express here?
So why don't you tell people who you are and what you do for people, because you have an incredible platform.
Thank you. I'm really trying to just connect people to talk to one another, and open the lines of communication more than they are now. I know telemedicine is the future, and I know that, there's all kinds of stats that if people had access to their own health record, they would be more involved. If the people had access with emails, they would use it. So if they had all their healthcare in one place, it would definitely be beneficial. It's where everybody's going, but I also want to crack down on the crisis hotline, National Suicide Prevention Line. They get 2 million calls a year. Aside from being able to afford health insurance to psychologists, there's not many options for them. And I want to create more options for them to help more people and to help each other communicate with each other, because that is what I feel heals each other. Just like I'm watching Miro do on a daily basis. He's just doing it with people that are probably a little better off than some of the people that maybe call the crisis line. But in the end, it is going to be communication and what we're doing now that helps people.
I love this so much. So I love what you do in the world, and what you're doing, just for everybody, so it's super clear, is James has a telehealth platform. That means service providers are connected on that platform. That's your therapists, your healers, your many of you guys who have incredible skills, coaches potentially, so life coaches, right? And the people who are calling are getting left hanging high and dry by like crisis lines, because crisis lines, they never talk to the same person twice, and there's no ongoing support, and that's the end. So it's essentially a crisis line, but that actually works. Like a crisis line where people know you, recognize you, and you can get ongoing support. And then people it's a referral platform too, right? So like, how cool would it be it's basically for, like, the pitch is insane. It's like a no-brainer offer for like a therapist, a healer, a life coach to say, hey, do you want literally clients calling you that are ready to get your help? It's like, yeah, okay. Well, that's where I come in. So I think you have a no-brainer offer. I think your biggest limiting belief is very present right here, but do I have permission to be super direct with you and just like burst the bubble for you?
Hold on, let me, okay, go. wait, here. Okay, go for it.
Okay. I promise you, it's not even bad. I don't even need gloves on for this one. Do you believe that the people who call crisis lines don't have money to pay for premium services?
Yes, I believe they have some money, but I believe pay $100 for a psychologist when you don't have health insurance is too much. It's asking for too much.
Sure. And it's okay. Listen, it's okay if you want to have a service that's like for people who don't have health insurance, who can't afford anything. They're, desperate, they're down and out. And it's like literally they need free help because they're charity case right now. If that's what you want to do, you can absolutely do a charity. But then I would say make it a nonprofit and pitch to investors who like fund the nonprofit, right? And at the same time, I also know for a fact that people who are living in Beverly Hills, they'll still go to crisis line, Google crisis line when they're fucking stressed. Pick whatever fucking number pops up and call them and say, I have a fucking problem and it hurts. Let me talk to somebody. Am I wrong?
True. Yes, no, you're not. That is very true.
Yeah. And so it's totally okay. We'll all do it. Sometimes we start thinking out of our own pockets. We're like, oh, dude, I wish there was more here. I don't have enough over here. So I imagine that everyone else also doesn't have enough. And that's a lie, because the subconscious mind, it distorts and generalizes. And the truth is, there's a new millionaire that gets created every single day. Literally just now, somebody became a millionaire, just like that. It's so funny, if you go to eBay, you can go to collectibles and you can rank it by like prices high to low and just see what people are buying and selling every day. Dude, there's a Pokemon card that's $5 million that was sold. A Pokemon card. Okay? in 2022, $5 million. So I think somebody can, you know, afford your services.
Thank you.
Is that helpful?
Appreciate all you guys and being here for sure. Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm having fun. Who wants some more love? Because there's a lot more where this came from. I'm seeing David. David is brewing on a question. What's up, David? Okay, I'm gonna let you simmer a little bit, but you can. I would want you to ask a question today. Take advantage of me. All right, Marianne, what's up? You're feeling complete? You're muted. I can't hear you.
Thank you. No, I'm not free and complete. So in the program the other program, yes. I give you permission to go deep.
Amazing.
There's been an underlying, like I've been working on my messaging. I've been working on my $1 million message. I've been working on really dialing it down, and I've stepped in a big way now on going for the sex and money. Going, you know, working where I've been kind of hiding out, going, okay, no, you know, it's hard to get, but I'm full in. And as I say that, there's still something that's going like this. As I say I'm full in, there's all of a sudden it just went, oh no, you're not, you know. There's so and to live an orgasmic life, to do orgasmic sales, to work with the people, and was it James? Something just for you. There's somebody for a $5 haircut, and there's somebody that pays $1 million for a haircut. So there's everything in between. So I'm going for the $100,000 client, and they have just as much pain around their sex and money as somebody who's struggling down, you know. And coach me a little bit on this resistance.
I'm feeling two things are happening at the same time. So I haven't decided which direction I'm going to go, but I just want to acknowledge you. Can we all send some love to Marianne? Like, I feel the tenderness in what she's sharing, and like the courage and the vulnerability. I just want to say all parts of you are welcome here. Thank you so much for showing up so fully. And I see Laya even acknowledging the way that you access your truth is inspiring. So beautiful. Thank you for that. The first thing you shared is like there's some resistance, and you were pointing it here. So we know, I know as an energy healer, there's a metaphysical object in your chest, like some energy right here. So that's available for addressing. And then that's more on the being side, on the like integration work, and then something practical that just kind of came through. I just want to share it to see if that serves you. Maybe we can do a little bit of both. I think that one of the things that gives you trouble to like show up and get on calls with potential 6-figure clients and be your most badass self is just kind of environment. Like when you look around and it doesn't look and feel inspiring to you, you have trouble, I imagine, I don't know, it can be wrong, but it shows up to me as you have trouble saying, yo, no, I'm living this bold orgasmic life, and and when not all of you in that moment is fully in alignment with that feeling and being and radiating that orgasmic life, right? And so I know that you definitely have moments to go there, but when your environment doesn't support it, it's like you're pushing against the environment to make it happen, rather than being in a really free-flowing, inspiring environment where this happens naturally. And what the vision that came up for me is like, it can literally be a free meetup, or money doesn't actually matter. If you just had a group where you attend every month, and it might not even be your own group. You could be an attendee, and you just show up where people are, open to, where it's a safe place to talk about sex. It's a safe place to talk about taboo topics like money and sex and like, pleasure, where people are already going to share vulnerably about those places. If you showed up as a member, like, you know what, I'm trying to get to the next level of my pleasure and faith and my spiritual evolution, and you show up as a member and you be that star student that blows everyone away because of how deep you're able to go. You know what I mean?
What about, I do do, and I've been going on randomly, but not showing up every time. But on Clubhouse, another woman has a group, and I go in as a moderator sometimes.
I love that. I love that for you. That's how I met Marla. We shared Clubhouse stages together. Marla is a mutual mentor of ours. She's amazing. You should all buy all of her stuff. Marla Mattinson. She's incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah, life-changing. I'm still high off that. I did a group coaching call with her earlier, but that's for another day.
You saw mine, didn't you? Because I did my, yeah, it was pretty epic. So that's what I'm feeling is you're saying do Clubhouse, but like I've got a podcast that I'm being interviewed on tonight. And so just start getting myself out there.
Do Clubhouse. And I think in terms of environment, that is one component. The other thing is the physical component of the environment. Like
I gotta have the physical. You saw me. He said talk over there, and I put touch. It's like people.
So Clubhouse is great because people get your essence from your voice, and at the same time, bye, thank you so much for showing up fully.
Thanks, Ace.
Yeah, so people will get you, people will get you when you're on Clubhouse, but imagine your Clubhouse, but in person. And so you can go to meetup.com, try meetup.com, literally that, see what pleasure, sex, intimacy, try those keywords, meetup.com, Eventbrite, just see what events are in your direct neighborhood right now, because they may already be happening. And when you show up there, they're gonna be like, psh. Like the teacher will be like, shit, I could still learn some shit from this one, right? So you're gonna go all humble, and it's like, yeah, I'm doing a workshop. If you want to come, it's happening over here. So now some of the meetup people will transfer over to your workshop. And that's where you go.
Perfect.
How's that sound?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yay! So much love from Marianne. So it is 5 o'clock. Just so you guys know, those of you who have, commitments and things like that, you can go. But I'm still here. So who's still here wants to play full out? You can come back next week. You ain't going anywhere. If you haven't booked a call yet, do it. All right, cool. Looks like people are ready to go. So speak now or hold your peace if you want some love.
Miro.
Yes.
I'll just add, when it comes to those people, I also noticed, and I've always have that concept in my mind, where even when they are successful and really well and really doing what they're really meant to do for the income that's coming through, and they're not working and efforting in that way, they usually, part of that efforting is usually in their relationships with their life and their people, especially, they're usually their soulmate or this non-soulmate. How would you go about looking at the concept of should I focus on maybe that side of it more, because it would pull it more into a more niched focused theme, as well as it's more motivational in the space. People often, once they have money, the next thing they really want isn't even ease, it's a relationship, or the one they have, they want more solidified and harmonious. Can you speak on that?
Could you say my question is, just so I can support you really clearly?
My question is, when focusing on finding the people to speak to, should I speak to the majority of the people that are doing really well, that are efforting and don't realize it at that different high level paradigm, or speak to the same scenario of people but bring it into a relationship based focus?
Okay, gotcha. So efforting, like basically having to work harder to get more versus relationship fulfillment.
Yeah, because they're efforting on both sides, whether they know it or not.
Of course. What excites you the most?
Oh shit. Probably relationship.
I felt that too. So why not double down on relationships and just let go of people who are efforting in their business and work? Because honestly, it's that much, as a man, I'm just telling you, like, if you want to speak to men about this, like, I still struggle with this. Like, use my copy, right? Like, here's my thing. Like, I'm done with work, and now I'm using my, this is different, but a lot of men, thinking maybe when I was in my corporate career more so than now, I'll use my analytical brain, right? I use my analytical brain all day, problem solve. It's like a scalpel, right? I'm like dissecting things. But when I take that same scalpel, that same problem solving mentality, when I go home, relationships don't work that way at all. You cut people up, and it's like in the wrong place. Using knives in the wrong place, right? And
Yeah.
so how do you, soften and get into the feminine energy, or just attune to your partner so that you don't look at them, your children, your partner, as problems that need to be solved, but as humans who need attention, right? And so facilitating that conversation, I think that diving deeper into that realm especially if, I don't know, for some reason I'm getting men, but if you like to support men who are already crushing it, right? They're crushing it, but literally the crushing it mentality does not apply at all, And so that may be an opportunity for you if that resonates.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, when you say men, I kept hearing businessmen that actually don't do well in business relationships
Oh,
outside
that's good.
home.
Yeah, nurturing relationships and business is so key, and that might be your opening, thing. You want to nurture business relationships, and you want to nurture relationships at home. How do you bring a nurturing energy into your life so that you can stop, working so hard without receiving the returns? Period. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, no, I got it. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Yay! Snaps for Laya, everyone. What are you receiving from that? I want to hear your expression. If you can summarize what you just got from that.
Let's see. I got a clarity that in my own self, in my own world, was clear, but it wasn't clear for me to see it. So you brought all of this that was already here, and sifting and showing up in my intuition and my understanding and my thoughts and stuff, and what I serve and who I can speak to. You brought it into a clarity of right in front of me. I was like, oh, holy shit, that's cool. Thank you.
Yay, that's what good stuff. Beautiful. Let's do one more. Let's do one more, and maybe hear from somebody who hasn't spoken yet. You're totally. I know a lot of you guys are getting a lot of value from this just by observing others getting their breakthroughs, and that's super great. I love how that works. And if you haven't spoken yet and you would like to, I want to call you. I want to call you forward.
I want to hear from David for some reason.
I want to hear from you, David. What do you do for people, my friend?
Okay, cool. I don't have a question right now, but I just want to say, Miro, you are amazing at your advice and your intuitive and instinctive abilities. You're just incredible. And I really love hearing your solutions, to everyone's questions. It's awesome.
Amazing. Thank you so much, brother. I'm curious. I'm receiving that fully, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now I have to practice receiving, so I'm expanding. My question is, what are you receiving from this? I know that it's great to hear everyone, but I think it will support everyone if you can just share some of the nuggets that landed for you.
Well, in the last conversation, I learned that you can be very successful in your business and you can be analytical and you try to pick things apart and solve. But when you go home, you need to listen to your wife and listen to your kids and be there for them rather than analyze and solve their problems. You need to be there and support them. So that's just one that I learned.
Yeah, beautiful. That's so good. And I'm really excited because that came through when, I'm supporting Laya with her messaging and how to speak to her ideal clients. And I felt that that's useful for the successful businessman. I think this is proof, Laya, that this messaging is working, right? It resonates. So thank you so much for that share. Mm-hmm.
Can I add something to that?
Of course.
That might be helpful for Leah. And so I call it from the boardroom to the bedroom. However, you're in relationships at work, you're bringing it home and you're doing it at home. And whether or not it's relationships or how you're handling prospects or business or, and so it's very, that's why I chose sex, is because the analytical A-type personality who's in and driven and just going, most of the time he hasn't gone home and communicated with his wife. He hasn't shown her how beautiful or told her how beautiful and everything. He's just doing the motions. He's just going through it. And then they're looking for their solutions in the wrong places, like you said earlier, Miro. And I think that, getting into their languaging is what I've had to do, because as a healer and as a coach for 25 years, I was, I get in my flowery talk. I get in this coaching language. I get in this, but you really have to be over there speaking their language. And you did it beautifully, Miro.
Thank you.
So,
yay.
I got a question for me, Marianne. Is it Marianne?
yes, it is. Hi.
Right. So do you work with people who are secret love children?
Who, say more on that? Who are secret love children? I haven't heard that expression.
Okay.
So can you say more? And then I'll tell you yes or no.
Okay. So there's a community, and I'm just going to acknowledge for the community. We call ourselves secret love children or secret love child, meaning that we were born by love and betrayal. And what I mean by that is that our parents, either the mother was married or the father was married, and so basically
Okay.
my father was married and my mother was not, and they got together. I'm here.
Okay.
So
Now I
how
understand it.
goes up into the relationship where we're behind the scenes and we're doing like a lot of things, and I'm seeing how it portrays into my business and into my relationships. And I'm an intuitive, so it makes sense. And what I've learned is that traditional relationships looks very common, but what goes on behind the scenes, we see all of it. So
Yeah.
successful men, whether they're married or successful women who are married, they seem to be attracted to us when it comes to the emotional things that they don't show up at home. And we get to take all the ish or take that energy. So I was like, do you operate with people who are secret love children?
Yes. 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 And there's such a dynamics that goes on in the behind the scenes, like you said. There's such a dynamics of trauma that was back there, betrayal, just even abandonment issues and stuff that go on behind the scenes, that in that type of could carry forward, and how you're showing up in relationship and how you're showing up as a coach, how you're showing up in dealing with the different aspects. So
Okay,
again,
I got an idea. I'm so sorry, I gotta interrupt you.
Go.
This is too perfect. So you two should do an interview together.
That would be great.
And it's going to be Empress is going to ask all of her selfish questions about how secret love children manifest more love in their life, okay, and pleasure, with relationship and sexuality expert Marianne.
Woo!
That sounds epic, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was like, so I connect with Miro so we can get access, Marianne.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Mira's got every way to get a hold of me, or you can find me on Facebook.
Why don't you guys exchange information, TikTok, Instagrams, Facebooks, phone numbers, all of that in the chat, so you can be connected in real time. You also obviously can all, if you haven't yet joined our Facebook group, it used to automatically populate when I typed the word community. I must have turned it off.
And also I'll save the chat, Miro, to email to you. You can send out to everybody as well.
What's that you said?
I saved the chat so I can email it to you so you can send out to everyone.
Cool. I could save the chat. That sounds like a layout task. Thank God I have an assistant, because I will be screwed without you guys. My brain is all about people and like ideas. And when it comes to details and logistics, I don't have receptors for it. I'd be lost. So I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I know what my genius zone is. Beautiful. I think that's all, guys. I'm feeling really complete. I will let you know that if you haven't considered, I strongly encourage, if you haven't yet considered, I strongly invite you to consider diving deeper with us as a group. We have a cohort starting August 3rd, and diving deeper, and I'll tell you all about Fiji Mastermind as well. Some of those members will be joining our Mastermind in Fiji on 11/11, and we'll dive deeper into messaging, mindset, manifesting, and we'll do it as a group. So it's gonna be so fun. and some of the people will get a bonus. Basically, they get our next virtual manifestation retreat as a bonus, where they get the same certification that our top clients have used, that David recently graduated from, or are able to dive deeper into working with the creator, working with energy, open up their spiritual abilities and all that good stuff, and then integrating everything into their business. That's my favorite. So there's a lot of stuff. We have a 5-day workshop in there. We do like 2 weekly group coaching calls with Ken and like experts in different arenas like TikTok. And you got me, you got me in the palm of your hands, plus every Monday mastermind. So it's a pretty potent combination, and we are gonna have so much fun, guys. So much fun. It's such a blast. So if you know that's for you, please message me and I will make sure this is possible for you. I'm not going to let money be the obstacle for anybody. We have so many ways to make this possible for people who don't think they can afford it. So we have, funding options, payment plans, we have a referral program. So no matter what, if you really, really want this, you can afford this, and I'm going to make it happen. Okay. So that's my little pitch, and I'd love for each of you to just celebrate. What is your biggest insight from today? What's your biggest insight and your one action that you can take just based on everything that you learned today?
I'll start, I'm open. So my one action is that I am definitely going to start my TikTok and do my 10 videos. I'm going to get that done ASAP. And then my takeaway, I've got several, but the one that we really didn't get into was the in my body, my heart is kind of the place where I'm going to sit with, and if you have anything come up, Miro, that's but I definitely feel that, I just, there were so many different comments that landed, and one is just stop being scared and just do it. So
cool.
Success is embodying who you really are. That's so great, James. So great. Okay.
Beautiful. I'm excited. So what my intention is with the Abundance Accelerator, real quick, James, for Marianne and for everyone, it's we're going to have like an energy healing only type session on Thursdays, and we're going to do it every other week. And I would love for you to be part of that, Marianne. So love for you to be part of it. So it's not on the calendar yet. We may be scheduling it for Thursday next week. But yeah, it'll be part of our launch with the Abundance Accelerator. And so
that's you keep me in the loop.
Yeah, of course. Come back next Monday and stay in my bubble. Grab an implementation call with myself or with Ken, and we're going to make something work. Okay. In fact, let's jam, you and me. Let's do this. Okay, so I got your action items. What were you saying, James?
No, she credited me for that quote that I put in the text. I heard that from you today, and I was just, I really liked it. It hit home, so that's a good one.
Thank you, brother. And you wrote it down, so really appreciate for capturing that nugget there, so we can all reflect on it. That's really helpful. It helps everyone. So Laia shared her insight in the chat. Biggest insight that people have a level that needs a lot of assistance before the level I can assist them further. Yeah, I mean, there are those people, right? Of course.
No. Read that again, Miro.
Okay. That people have a level that needs a lot of assistance before the level I can assist them further. Can you speak to that, Laia, so just so I understand you fully?
Yeah, sure. When we were talking and the things you were sharing about where people would be like, oh yeah, I really do need assistance with that. And oh, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty good. And even David came in and said the same thing. I was like, oh, that's funny, because where I'm offering to assist is actually above that, in a different, like I said, higher paradigm. But realizing that actually that there's so much request here, and that I may need to focus on them to bring them into the higher. And that's maybe why if I'm always talking here and nobody can hear it, that's what I was talking about.
That's so powerful. Yeah, that's very
perfect. Clear. That was better.
That's a breakthrough right there. Yeah, literally. Can I give you an assignment? Can I give you like a mission if you choose to accept it?
Sure.
My assignment to you is to have 10 research conversations And so what it is without fixing anything, you just show up and you become so damn curious about that person. And I'd have those 9 activation points, and I would ask questions all around them, all around those 9 activation points. And you have literally 10. Some people are challenging them to 25 because that's a scientific sample size. When you have 25, like there's no denying in like what the scientific, it's just, what is it? It's a scientific term from like statistics class. Okay, that's how I remember this. And essentially what it will tell you is you get a mean, right? You start seeing those average answers, and you see what the outliers are that you can kind of discard, and what most people, like to 80%, are dealing with, the words that they use, and specifically what's called tribal language. If you have a specific group and they all say the same thing, then you can start speaking to them in a way that they know that you get them, and you do, for example, like feeling wired but tired. Like there's a certain number of people who are going to be like, oh yeah, I can relate to that, you know what I mean? Or having a course graveyard. Now that only applies to people who are into personal development, who are taking a bunch of courses, buying premium programs. If you talk about the course graveyard, that does not apply to like a college student. They're just like straight up, no, I'm just here taking classes, right? That's different. So you see how that's different from somebody who's like a self master. And so finding that tribal language. And when you so now that you have awareness around it, I can give you a couple more examples so that when you're here, you're like, oh, that's the one. I'm gonna speak to that. So we mentioned successful on paper. It's going to resonate with a very certain person. I used to talk about the golden handcuffs, meaning, the people who know what it means, they know what it means. It's like, yeah, fuck, I get that, golden handcuffs. Gotcha. To me, that meant, having the 401k, the safe job and everything like that, but still feeling unfulfilled, because if I go somewhere else and all the benefits are going away, but now I'm sort of chained to a desk job, right? Those are the golden handcuffs. And so anyway, do you attend the 25, you choose conversations, and start learning that tribal language, how your ideal clients speak about their problem, and also how to speak about their promised land. I know some people in the coaching industry, they want swish money or something. It's like get paid while you're sleeping or something. I don't know. But basically automated income or something like that. I don't know. There's certain words and phrases that when you get them, they're like, yo, it's like it's like watching a movie. If I can say, it's like entering the Matrix and going down the rabbit hole all the way, right? So until you can start bending spoons with your mind. You're like, yeah, cool. I totally get it. I know exactly what you're talking about, right? And those are my people. They get the matrix. They get the metaphor. Like they're on top of awakening, and creating their own reality. So when you find those words, then with just a few words, you're explaining a full movie to them. Does that make sense? So that's what it's like a bank code. Like you're cracking the bank code. Remember, Empress, we talked about the bank code? It's like the words, like a magical spell. You tell them to people and they're like, my mind is open, my heart's open, and here's my wallet opens up next.
Yeah, that's cool. It's funny. I actually was writing in actions in the chat, kind of that same thing. I'll just hit enter.
Yeah, I like that.
I wasn't done, but yeah, that's awesome. I'll do that.
Yeah, and I want you to talk to I want you to talk to your dream clients, the people who graduated, who got the best results. Like, hey, you were such a success story. I'm so curious. What is life like now? How are you living right now? And then how did you live before? And just like see where they're at. And they're like, yo,
I do know the answer to that one already.
Right. Yeah, just ask them, and you get all of that incredible information. And then those are the same people you can approach later. It's like, yo, full integrity. This is a research call. And when I launch this program, you want to be part of it.
Okay.
Right?
Nice. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Have fun with that, Laia. Thank you so much.
I will so much. Thanks.
All right, we're going to shut it down. I will see you guys one-on-one. And then next Monday, where we dive deeper into profitable retreats, Fiji, get some more accountability and coaching from Ken, so you can just launch your business to the next level. And so much love. Go connect with each other, have fun, and make some sales while you're at it. Peace.